With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Beck and Matsurif Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
We ask for a chance is fair.
We ask for a chance is fair.
Chance to equal our strife. Chance to do it there.
Chance to do it there.
We should win.
We should win.
Let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
Faith and honor held high.
Faith and honor held high.
We should lose.
We should lose.
Stand by the road.
Stand by the road.
Cheers when winners go by.
Cheers when winners go by.
Day by day.
Day by day.
We get better and better.
We get better and better.
So we can't beat beat.
We can't beat beat.
Who let the dogs out?
It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school football, featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. To get you ready for today's play-by-play action, we'll bring you interviews, in-depth analysis, and important game information on the pregame show. So let's get things started by going to the stadium and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening for another season of Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, as well as WRNR TV on YouTube, as we welcome you into the pregame show brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-351-1931 or visit WHMSystems.com. I'm Colin McLaughlin. I'm joined again this year by Dylan Bishop. Our on-site producers, John Alderton. Camera crew tonight is Kyler High and Matt Miller on the sideline. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. The high school football season kicks off for the defending state champion Martinsburg Bulldogs, coming off their 11th state title last year, getting that win over crosstown rival, as well as the Spring Mills Cardinals. And to kick off the year for the Bulldogs, they host a team that they have never hosted before from New Jersey, the Camden Panthers.
Should be a fun season, Colin. Looking forward to it. Glad to be back, as always. And Martinsburg is replacing the best player in the state from last year, Coy Fagan, their quarterback. And it's big shoes to fill. Last year, averaged almost 10 yards per carry, nearly 2,000 rushing yards as a quarterback, 1,848 yards and 28 rushing touchdowns to go along with 33 passing touchdowns to only just 6 interceptions, 63% completion, over 2,200 yards passing. It's big shoes for Brian Dick to step into. But we saw him a little bit, and we're continuing the tradition of Martinsburg's starting running back, moving over to quarterback like they've done the last couple seasons. And from what we've seen in little bits from Brian Dick, he has a lot of potential. Last year, he took over as the main running back after Nick Buskey was seen to be battling through some injuries, trying to play through them. He kind of took over and ran for over 700 yards and 11 touchdowns on the ground. We only saw him throw 15 passes, but he completed 11 of them, threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. So we'll see how that goes. You're going to have a number of new guys around Brian Dick as well. There's a lot of guys that have graduated out, only bringing back a fraction of the starting offensive line. You've got some new starting wide receivers. You get a new starting running back in Terrell Cofield. Kevin Myers in there. Ty Ricketts, the backup quarterback. Will we see him at all in any sort of packages? Will he get running back snaps? We'll see. He's listed on the depth chart as a wide receiver, so we'll see about that. In the defense, bringing back Frankie Urias, of all people. So the great defensive line should be there. The great trench play should be there, but there is a lot of new starters in those spots. So we'll see some new linebackers as well, but it's usually next man up with Martinsburg, and this should be a good test to start the season. There's a couple Division I commits to this Camden roster, a couple to Syracuse, one the running back, 1,200-yard rusher with an offer to Division I University of Maine. We'll see what happens. This should be, like I just said, a good test for these new starters for Martinsburg.
Yeah, Camden coming off a 9-3 season and a state quarterfinal appearance last year in the state of New Jersey. One of the favorites in their classification to win the state championship this year. So it should be a lot of fun. However, their offense, as you just mentioned, yes, they have a lot of commits. Yes, they have some big guys up front at tackle like Joseph White, the one guy that you did mention, 6'5", 270, a senior committed to Syracuse. And then at right tackle, you have a 6'7", 295-pound sophomore, Eaton DeOlio. But at quarterback, it will be Gregory Wyke Jr. making his first ever start, as he's a 6'1", 170-pound, freshman. But waiting behind him just in case is Jathan Candelario, 5'11", 220-pound senior. So you'll learn more about this game on the other side of this break. We're going to get you our check of the area schedule, as everybody in the area kicking off the high school football season tonight. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School Football and Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10 will be back after the check of the area schedule.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for the check of the area schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. With convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle, fast, fresh, friendly, Rock's. The high school football season's here, and we have a lot of exciting matchups here in Week 1. The first matchup of the night is an EPAC game between Spring Mills and Jefferson. Last year's result sent shockwaves around the state when the Cardinals won 50-0 over the Cougars. However, this year's a new year and a new look for both teams, as each will have new starting quarterbacks under center. Jefferson head coach Craig Hunter shared what his team needs to do this time around.
Block Xavier, and definitely stop the run. Stop the run. Last year, I believe Blake Sanders kind of had his way with us. Him and Max had their way with us. So we got to make sure we stop the run, make sure we get Xavier blocked, control the blitzing that I know that they're probably going to do, and try to get the ball to our playmakers.
Spring Mills head coach Marcus Law also shared his thoughts on Jefferson.
Well, I think the most glaring thing that sticks out is Tony Allen. He's a skilled kid that I've watched from the track season and from last year and the year before. He's a guy that can easily take over a game. You kick the ball to him, or you lose track of him while he's on offense, not sure where he is on defense, and he's a guy that can absolutely make you pay for it. And I know that they're getting a new quarterback in themselves, but he's done a heck of a job as well, pushing the ball downfield, and their defense flies around just as usual.
Washington also has the same Week 1 opponent as last season. The Patriots this time around, though, make the trip across the state and take on Woodrow Wilson. Last year they fell 17-10 and are looking for revenge this go-around. Here's Washington head coach Terry Ray.
Well, they switched up their offense a little bit. Last year they were heavy wing T when they played us and ran the ball a good bit. They're still running the ball a lot. They have a high percentage of runs still, but they're spreading out now in 3-by-1, 2-by-2 type formation, which we didn't see a whole lot from them last year. Each year I've been here, we've taken that trip at least 3 hours, almost 4 hours away, and I think we do a really good job of traveling. It's just keeping the kids' mindset. Being on the bus is a little bit of a pain in the butt when you're on there for 4 hours, but we make sure we stop, stretch out, maybe do a walkthrough somewhere, stop, eat dinner, and then we head to the game.
Hedgesville will begin its season against one of the best AAA teams in the state in Nitro. On paper, the Eagles are major underdogs in the contest, says head coach Matt Faircloth. However, his team isn't going to back down. Faircloth listed off what Hedgesville needs to key in on tonight to get the win.
I think the biggest thing for us is trying to take away what they do really well, and they love certain run schemes, and they're going to take shots with Malachi Thompson on the edge. I mean, he's a big target that can really run, and he goes in high points to football, and just trying to take away some of the things that they really want to key on as far as, their tempo and what they try to do offensively. And then, when we get the ball, we got to grind clock, keep the possessions limited for them, and just execute. That's going to be the biggest thing Week 1 is, I think, who can be the most disciplined, don't shoot yourself in the foot with penalties, and at the end of the day, execute the game plan.
Lastly, Musselman's season opener is against University. The last time the Applemen went toe-to-toe with the Hawks was back in 2020, and it was a big win for Musselman too. However, the two programs are in completely different places now as to 5 years ago. Musselman head coach Brian Thomas has high praises for University and the challenge they bring.
They have two quarterbacks, and really both of them are pretty good. They each kind of bring their own unique qualities to the table. They have a really good 1-2 punch at receiver. A lot of teams have one good receiver that they like to force the ball and go to, but they have two that, if you don't know where both of them are at, either one can make a big play at any time. The running back's really good. He was a state championship wrestler, which tells me, he was a tough kid, and he runs really physical and really tough. They're big up front. They're aggressive. And they got one of the top kickers and punters in the country. He's already signed Division I with Syracuse. So, they're going to win field position battles. So you put all that together, man, they're a really balanced football team. So we're going to have to come out and play smart and know our assignments and know what we got to do and play mistake free.
That was the check of the area schedule brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly, Rock's. We'll be right back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned in to Martinsburg Bulldogs football right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
You're right, Robbie. August heat calls for a free flow treat. At Floor Pools, August is sizzling and so are the deals. Right now, grab a budget-friendly plug-and-play hot tub starting at just $59 a month. I knew you'd approve, Robbie. No special wiring, no electricians, just plug in, start soaking, and enjoy pure relaxation. And here's where it really gets good. Free Flow makes it easy to redefine real family time, the kind where everyone actually puts down their phones and laughs together. No screens, no schedules, just warm water and cool conversations. And Floor Pools will throw in over $250 in free value with steps and the Frog Water Care System, which includes chlorine and minerals. Yep, Robbie is so psyched to start soaking. Don't miss the fun. Grab your sizzling summer deals now at Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, or Martinsburg, or online at floorpools.com. Floor Pools, your one-stop shop for backyard fun.
Welcome back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium as we are almost ready for kickoff. Still got about 45 minutes or so for tonight's ball game between the Camden Panthers and Martinsburg Bulldogs here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 as we continue the W. Harley Miller Systems pre-game show. We'll now give you some info that we have here about the Camden Panthers, as I mentioned in the previous segment, coming off a 9-3 season and a state quarterfinal appearance. They'll be starting a freshman at quarterback in Gregory West Jr., but surrounding him, a lot of talent.
Yeah, I mean, both the left tackle on this team and one of the starting safety, who I think they're going to use as like a hybrid linebacker, listed on the depth chart as Panther, which could replace Spur or Bandit. They take on their own use of the term Panther for this, but it's a safety that plays up in the box near the line of scrimmage, and nickel back. Think of a Kyle Hamilton type of position, and he seems to be impressive. The stats defensively for him last season that we have off of Max Preps don't jump off the screen at you, but he is committed to the University of Syracuse, ACC school, Division I. On the other side, Christian Braxton, their running back, who was a junior last year, yards and 11 receiving touchdowns on 40 catches. They're not bringing back the number 2 receiver either, and of course, they graduated their senior quarterback as well. So chances are this team is going to try to run the ball behind their Division I left tackle, more than likely, to that side more often than not. And we'll see what they do with this freshman quarterback, or if they need to use 2 quarterbacks, if there any sort of QB run game that they throw in as well. We'll see about that. But there is new pieces to this Camden team that we may not be able to tell exactly what they're going to do here. But they're going to be a tough task, I think, overall for Martinsburg. But the Bulldogs tend to be up to the task. We'll see if they are tonight.
Yeah, we'll step aside, take another break here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Rob Hinson, the head coach of the Camden Panthers. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldog Football and Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers. farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Now joined by Robert Hinson, the head coach of the Camden Panthers. Coach, how are you today?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for joining me here as we get set for this matchup against the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Just want to first kind of learn about your guys' program and the history that it has.
Camden High is my alma mater. I'm the third Hinson head coach here, so it's in my family. This is my fourth season at Camden High. Prior to that, I was at another high school for about 15 years, and then Rutgers University, and then the opportunity to come back home to my alma mater presented itself, and I came back. We've had a lot of history of really good athletes all together out of the city of Camden, but Camden High specifically, we've been doing really well football-wise. There's a bunch of guys that just played or had opportunities in the NFL, a lot of guys at the college level, and just trying to continue that tradition that they've had at Camden.
So you're looking here at the season before it begins, trying to schedule another opponent, and you choose Martinsburg. What stood out to you guys when you were making those calls and why you chose the Bulldogs as your Week 1 matchup?
All right, well, we like to, for the experience for our guys getting out of the city, because we're a lower, SEOS kind of community. So I like to make sure that the experiences that they have in our football program exceeds just football itself. So we try to stay, within a 5 to 6, maybe max 7-hour driving distance. But with that, we like to make sure our kids experience things. So, we'll go down Thursday and see Shepherd University and practice there, and we'll play their game Friday, and then we'll go to University of Maryland on Saturday. So Martinsburg geographically was a perfect situation for us. But then from a football standpoint, I followed those guys for a lot of years. When I was at Timber Creek High School, we went to somewhere out in Virginia, and I remember us riding past there, and I was like, man, that's a pretty good-looking place. And I think they might have been playing Highland Springs or somebody like that. And I was like, holy crap, that's some pretty good football. And I planned to reach out to them when I was still at Timber Creek in 20. But I left and went to Rutgers. So now I came back, I was like, all right, I don't want to really be in Maryland, hour ride, whatever. Because we've been to Ohio a couple of times. We've been to Virginia we've been to Ohio, Virginia. So Martinsburg geographically presented itself as a great location, but then the caliber of football they play, Coach Walker's, tradition there. I mean, he's an active coach with a stadium named after him. So clearly he's been doing something right over these years. And it's just a tough team. And I thought it'd be a really, really special honor for our kids to go down there and play against the defending state champions, and have a really good weekend of football and, just getting out of the city and stuff like that. So Martinsburg was like the perfect opponent for us.
Good to hear. Looking at your guys' season last year, a 9-win season for you, a state quarterfinal appearance, I believe, as well. What's this offseason and preseason been like for your program, and what have you guys been working on to build off of that success of last year?
We've really hit the weight room hard. We always hit it hard, but this year I think we hit it a little harder in the offseason. We've gotten bigger. We're really experienced at the skill positions. So we've been preparing for a state title run and to really test your off season, test your coaches. It's not really an opponent that I think would better test us to see exactly where we are early on than Martinsburg.
What is that excitement level heading into this season for your program?
Well, we were super excited, like super excited. Everyone's super excited. I was super excited. But after watching their film against Herbert Hoover, that little excitement now is kind of like a gut punch. We're still excited to get there, but man, they look really good early on. So now the excitement kind of wears off. The novelty of it, the novelty of traveling and all that kind of stuff is wearing off, and our minds are on preparation. So the excitement is still there, obviously, for the kids and stuff, but as coaches, we're in that mode now where, we're like sick to our stomachs trying to figure out how we're going to stop these guys, how we're going to score points, how do we come back to New Jersey with a win.
Tell us a little bit about your program, and we'll start on the offensive side of things. Who are some guys that are some standouts that we can be looking for on Friday?
Up front, which is probably, one of our biggest teams that I've ever coached in high school. They're pretty big and they're pretty athletic. But, obviously we got to be ready for the pressure and the pace that Martinsburg plays. But up front, JoJo White, he's a commit to Syracuse. He's my left tackle. He's a long, athletic kid. Ibn Muhammad, he's another Syracuse commit. He's our, as the kids like to say, ATH, because he can play running back, he can play slot, he can play outside receiver. Our running back, Chris Braxton, he's back from last year. He ran for 1,200 yards. We got 3 guys who started at receiver, who started last year. Scott started at receiver. YC started a couple games. Then Jaden Steele was a co-starter at running back who we moved to slot. So we're pretty experienced offensively. We're just hoping that we can put things together, early in the season against an opponent like them.
How about your defensive standouts, Coach?
Halim Muhammad, I think he had like 10 sacks last year on the season. He's back. Jerome, inside at tackle, he's back. He's a kid that demands a double team. Anthony Nelson's a 28 kid, D tackle with the Temple offer. And then, we're pretty experienced in the second on the back end. Jeremiah Steele, he did 3-year starter. Talib Shakir, he committed to Colgate as safety. Ivan plays safety. And then, we got Naeem Pressbury back. He was a starter at linebacker last year. And then some other guys who we're trying to see who's really going to emerge and take the job at the other linebacker position.
All righty, last question for you, Coach Hinson. Your just overall thoughts on this matchup?
Without overdoing it, when you get to play a team at that caliber of player, that much history, that many state titles, a living legend in your region that's coaching who still has a field named after him. We're excited, man, and it's like an honor, to kind of get this opportunity to play, because we could have played a lot of different places, we could have stayed locally, but to get a matchup like this, it's really important to us, and we don't take it lightly. Our community is pretty excited for us, so. It's like an honor to kind of bang heads with those guys.
All right, I know I said that was going to be the last question for you, but got a follow-up here that just popped into my brain hearing your answer there about Martinsburg, and we ask the coaches around here this similar question as well, just because of the success and the prestige of the program. Is there any intimidation factor in your guys' mind when you look at the Bulldogs in any way, shape, or form?
Nah, we're a tough city, and I got tough kids, so they're not usually intimidated by anything. There'll be respect there, obviously. but it won't be any kind of intimidation.
All righty. Thank you, Coach, for your time. Appreciate it. Have a safe trip down, and best of luck on Friday.
Okay, thank you.
That was our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full-stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-Point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Ardenelville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
Welcome back as we continue the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show, about half an hour away from kickoff of tonight's ball game between your Martinsburg Bulldogs and the Camden Panthers out of New Jersey. I'm Colin McLaughlin. I'm joined by Dylan Bishop here for Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. On-site producers John Alderton. Camera crew tonight is Matt Miller on the sideline, and Kyler High up top. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. You'll hear from him at halftime and post-game with some scores from around the state as we now lock in on the defending state champion Martinsburg Bulldogs, coming off another perfect season under Coach Dave Walker.
He wins. That's what he does. I don't know if technically the win, what going on with the win streak, but on the field, they win games.
I believe 83 straight is what I have it at, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong.
But, they win, and it's really regardless of who is on the field, and that is going to be tested a bit this year, considering the Kennedy Award winner graduated, like I mentioned, because it's the obvious thing to mention is that 1,800 rushing yards, 28 rushing touchdowns, 2,200 passing yards, 33 passing touchdowns, no longer here. Also, Kyrie Bunny, 900 yards and 16 receiving touchdowns, no longer here. But you do have a guy that scored double-digit touchdowns last year stepping back in at quarterback, get a little bit of reps there, but mostly at running back, and we know what he can do with the ball in his hands. But from what I saw, I have a lot of faith in what Brian Dick can do as the quarterback. It'd be unrealistic expectations to put on him to say that he can be as good as last year's Kennedy Award winner, but I do think he has the potential to be something close, especially since he's coming in here as a junior and can develop over time and be potentially a 2-year starter. I think that they're in good hands, and I said that last year where it felt like when he came into those second halves of blowouts that Martinsburg had, it felt like they were going to be in good hands after Coy Fagan graduated. And, of course, as we mentioned, they're only bringing back 2 members of the offensive line. There's a lot of new starters on pretty much every level of offense and defense, at wide receiver, running back, DB, linebacker. It's really just, can they sustain what they usually do? Next man up. All those programs at the college level that do the sort of same thing. Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. It doesn't really matter to what those guys go to the NFL. The next guy comes back up. And it's really a testament to the infrastructure of the program. Martinsburg has that sort of thing. So this might not be the best game. We'll find out. If they come out here and they run this team off the field, then we're going to know that, they're not missing a beat. If they come out here and they lose this game, or if it's a close game, that's going to be hard for us to really know how this team compares to last year's, because this is a good team that they're playing.
Step aside, take another break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from David Walker, head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, as well as a few Bulldogs themselves. You're tuned in to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
Calling all South Middle and Martinsburg High School members and alums. On Saturday, September 6th from 8 a.m. to noon at Bulldog Boulevard, the Trojans and Bulldogs go head-to-head in the Battle of the Bargains. It's a community yard sale showdown. Who will come out on top? You decide. The winner is chosen by who can sell the most yard sale sites. Call 304-267-3545 to claim your spot, or by clicking the link shared on both schools' Facebook pages. All sign-ups must be done before September 1st.
Friends of Recovery is a local nonprofit that provides assistance to individuals in our community who are in the process of reestablishing their lives after active addiction or incarceration. Thanks to the generosity and support of so many in our community, the Friends of Recovery Committee has seen great success in benefiting the participants of the Berkeley County Community Corrections and Recovery Service programs. They are excited to announce that their third annual fundraiser event is coming up on Saturday, October the 11th at 5:30 p.m. at the Holiday Inn Martinsburg. Please join them for an evening of inspiring testimonies, dinner, and silent and live auction items. For more information, you can send an email to friendsofrecovery2023@gmail.com. Once again, that's friendsofrecovery2023@gmail.com. Also, you can find them on Facebook at Friends of Recovery Berkeley County WV.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers. Or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Now joined by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Dave Walker, as well as the juice man for the team, Sharif Williams. Back another year, guys. Season kicking off against Camden here at home. I know you guys have had a few scrimmages here the past few weeks, Coach, so I'll ask you about those first.
Yeah, I thought they were two good scrimmages, good tests. I thought we learned a lot personnel-wise in both of them, so I thought they were very productive.
What have, I guess, been the strong points of your team there from what you've seen and what you were able to learn in those two?
I mean, I thought we mentally, I thought we did a lot of good things. We didn't make a lot of mental mistakes. I thought we lined up right. I mean, the little things you look for in scrimmages. I thought we played physical. I thought the effort was there. But, I mean, beyond that, I felt like that, I wanted to go out and see how we executed. And I thought we did a pretty good job, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
What are some things that you still obviously need your team to work on and have been working on here this week?
I mean, offensively, I feel like we need to be a little more physical up front. We need to get a little more of a push. Defensively, the same up front. I mean, I think that those guys are giving a lot of effort. We're just going to be able to – we've got to rally to the ball and make plays.
A lot of guys obviously graduating in that senior class last year was a big part of the success that you guys had. Who have been some of the guys, though, that have stepped up here at the beginning of the season in their shoes?
Well, in the senior class, guys like Jordan Kovacs and Kane Whipp and Frankie Urias have been good. Mikey Dillard, Mason Wally, those guys have done a good job so far. Terrell Cofield has done a nice job, and I'm sure I'm probably forgetting someone, but I think those guys have given a lot of effort and have tried to lead by example. So some of the younger guys, you got Brian Dick and Boston Todd, Ty Ricketts, and those guys have done a nice job so far as well. So and we're going to count on all those guys, and then there's a few sophomores we're going to count on as well. So we're young in a lot of places, but I feel pretty good about what they're doing, and I think they're just going to get better.
Season kicks off against Camden. I asked Coach Henson the same question. Whenever you guys were making those phone calls and trying to figure out who you wanted to schedule, on your end, what stood out about Camden and why it was the right fit to begin the season against them?
Well, they're a very, very good football team, very athletic. But for us, it was just getting a 10th game. They've got 25 seniors. They were at 9-3 last year, 10-3 or whatever. They got a really good program and expected to be state champs in their classification. So we knew it was going to be a big challenge for us. So for me, it was just getting a 10th game and playing somebody that's going to be a really challenge for us. That knowing that we were going to be young, that we needed to be tested and see how we handle adversity.
What are some of the things while studying the film that have stood out to you about Camden?
Just their speed, their team speed, their quickness, and how fast they are. They got some guys that can really run.
What do you feel like are the main points that you guys match up well with them?
I'm not sure if we match up well with them, to be honest with you. I think they're faster than us, they're bigger than us. Hopefully we're in better shape and we play smarter and we make fewer mistakes.
Surprising to hear. Don't really hear that all too often about your guys' matchups usually, but what is the excitement like for your team nonetheless, and how do you make sure they're prepared and ready to go?
Well, I think they're ready to play, somebody else and get the season started and play here at home on a Friday night. So I think they'll be excited. You're always worried about the first game. There's a lot of unknowns. You don't know how they're going to handle things, how they handle adversity, how they play, if they play hard and finish to the end. So I'm excited just to see, how they respond.
What's the excitement level for you as well, Reef?
Oh man, I'm very excited. It's going to be a challenge, and that's what we like. We like competition.
What's your message for those guys out there when they're getting ready?
Just play our game.
How about you, Coach? What's your message going to be to the team before kickoff?
Just play hard. Play the next play, play as hard as you can, and just, play the next play and see what happens. Try to keep it close early and give us a shot in the second half and see what we look like.
All right, Coach Walker, any final thoughts? If not, we'll get to our fun question.
No, I'm ready to go.
I don't know if Reef gave you any insight to it, but we're putting coaches on the spot, getting their best or worst dad joke that they can come up with.
You want to hear mine? It'll be a football-related joke. Why did your football team go to the bank?
Oh, man. Oh, I can't think of them.
I can't think of it either. Why?
To get their quarterback.
Rate it 1 out of 10.
A 10.
There you go. That wraps up our coach's interview. Coach Walker, thank you for the time. Best of luck. Back for more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show after this. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldog Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Panhandle Printing and Design is your full-service local print shop.
With over 50 years of combined experience, we know how to handle all of your printing and design needs.
We can handle anything, from small business cards to wrapping large vehicles. Our in-house design team can do it all. As a staple of this community, we love helping people promote their events, businesses, and anything they're passionate about. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
It's an instant classic. Hold still! Get Rock's delicious chicken sandwich and delicious burger with pickle aioli and Heinz thick-cut dill pickles.
We brought the beach to you. Get Rock's crab cake sandwich with 70% real crab meat.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our player interviews, brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call them today at 304-263-4343 or stop by, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. First joined by Bulldog guard Kane Whipp. Kane, season's almost here. How's it feeling?
Feels amazing. It's been 2 days is freaking terrible, man. So now that we get to come out and tomorrow get paid for our hard work in the off season, just can't wait.
Speaking of that hard work, give us a little bit of those details of what you guys have been up to.
Bear crawling, stations, man. 20 minutes of something you don't want to be doing for 20 minutes, trust me. And running at the end of practice, running during the weightlifting season, all that, just all coming together for tomorrow so we can put on a good performance.
Obviously, it makes you guys better, though. Tell us a little bit about how much that hard work, though, does pay off in the end, typically.
Well, a lot of the times, a lot of the teams are tired at halftime, and we are so conditioned that we normally just wear the team out, that we can literally come in at halftime, have a big punch, and that's normally when we rack up most of our points and just start beating down on our opponents.
What are some of your goals for this season?
As a lineman and as a group, because I try to lump the line, because as a line you're never truly one person, you're a group. So my goal for our line is to be the most physical and always be doing our job, because we're never going to get the spotlight. So that's what I think.
What do you guys feel like you match up best with against Camden?
I think our speed is good, and I think we're more physical than them, and I think we're way more conditioned than them. So I think we'll be definitely in the later stages in the game just be wearing them down.
As best as you can, describe what that feeling's going to be like when you guys take the field tomorrow night, and the excitement and the emotion.
Oh, it's going to be pure disbelief, because it's just been so long since we've been doing it, and in the way we did, it just makes you hungrier to go out there and do it more.
All right. Thank you, Kane, for the time. Best of luck. Appreciate it. Now joined by Mikey Dillard, linebacker of the Bulldogs. Mikey, for you, how's this feeling right now? Almost time for game day.
It's surreal. It's my last season, first game, high expectations. Just ready to get to work. Everyone is.
What's that work been for you in the off season?
Starting in January, weightlifting, conditioning, coming up the first week of August, just getting straight to work.
How much growth do you feel like you've had during that time?
I feel like I've had a lot of growth mentally and physically, getting to know the whole team better personally and every single scheme we have. And then physically, I feel great, doing great, yeah.
Camden on the horizon, what have you, really been trying to hone in on while studying their film?
Read their guards, see what they're doing in the backfield. Don't really want to get tricked too much. They don't do much trick plays, but just see the keys and get to the ball.
What are your goals for this season?
Do my best, get the team to do their best, push everyone the hardest, hope to come up top.
What do you feel like it's going to take for you guys to come out and get that win tomorrow?
It's going to take everything we got. They're probably a pretty good team, but we're going to do what we do.
Anything else, Mikey?
No, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Best of luck.
Thank you.
That was our player interviews brought to you by the Marius Group of Ameriprise Financial. John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call them at 304-263-4343. Stop in, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned in to Martinsburg Bulldog Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
Starting lineups brought to you by Bondwell Insurance Solutions, a local professional to help you with all of your Medicare needs. Visit bondwellinsurancesolutions.com or call 304-283-0864. And we'll start off with the visiting team, the Camden Panthers. Starting off offensively at left tackle, you have number 55, Joseph White. Left guard, number 54, Anthony Nelson. At center, it's number 59, Aaron Spalding. Right guard's number 75, Bear Williams. Right tackle, it's number 65, Eaton DeOlio. At wideouts, you have number 4, Jaden Steele. Number 6, Wasai Muhammad. Number 1, Ibn Muhammad. Number 18, Andre Robinson will start at tight end. And also at wide receiver, it will be number 7, Scott Freeman. At quarterback, you have Gregory Weiss Jr., and at running back, it's number 3, Christian Braxton. Defensively for the Panthers up front on the outsides, you'll have Andre Robinson and Halim Muhammad, number 18 and number 0, respectively. And at the tackles, it's number 54, Anthony Nelson, and number 52, Jerome Foster. Linebackers, you have Naeem Pressberry, number 5, and number 10, William Mann. At the Panther position, it's number 1, Eam Muhammad. At corners, it's number 8, Jeremiah Steele, and number 21, Chase Robinson. At safeties, it's number 3, Christian Braxton, and number 13, Talib Shakir. Now for your Martinsburg Bulldogs, defensively up front. At tackle, it's number 59, Jeffrey Griffith. And on the ends, it's number 58, Jordan Kovacs, number 15, Frankie Urias. Linebackers, it's Ty Ricketts, number 0. On the outside, as well as number 11, Kaela Villa. And on the inside linebacker positions, it's number 3, Terrell Cofield, and number 6, Carson Knight. Your starters at corner, number 1, Mason Wally, and number 20, Kingston McDonald Gibson. And at safety, it's number 5, Kobe Walker, and number 2, Boston Todd. Offensively for your Martinsburg Bulldogs at the tackles, it's number 58, Jordan Kovacs, and number 54, Zion Reeves up front. At guards, it's number 52, Kane Whipp, and number 59, Jeffrey Griffith. At center, it's number 55, Zaire Tugwell. Starting wideouts, number 1, Mason Wally, number 2, Boston Todd, number 5, Colby Walker, number 11, Kyla Villa. At running back, it's number 3, Terrell Cofield. He'll split carries with number 8, Kevin Myers. At quarterback, it is number 10, Brian Dick. And that's your Bodwell Insurance Solutions starting lineups. Let's now get our keys of the game, brought to you by CMA, Chevy, and Toyota of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location at 650 Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg, where owners just care more.
On the Camden side of things, can you pass the ball? You got a freshman quarterback coming in, and we'll see what happens. How well can you throw the ball down the field compared to a senior that you had last year, and can they stop the run? This can be a really dynamic rushing attack for Martinsburg, so we'll see if Camden can slow them down. On the Martinsburg side, is this new offensive line going to be able to open up those holes for those running backs and Brian Dick at quarterback to run through? And on the defensive side, tackle it. Simple. Sometimes football is simple. You got to make the tackle on the guy in front of you, the guy with the ball. So can these new players, these new starters on defense, keep plays in front of them to avoid the explosives that can turn a 12-play drive that could eventually stall out into a 4-play touchdown drive?
Well, we're going to step aside and take a 3-minute break, because when we return for the coin toss, we don't want to miss it. Looking down on the field, it looks like we have a special guest team captain for the Martinsburg Bulldogs at coin toss. We'll have that information for you after this 3-minute break here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 3 minutes for kickoff and the coin toss.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
And that concludes today's pregame show.
We play every play like it's the most important play of the game. Who let the dogs out?
Coming up next, it's the starting lineups, opening kick, and play-by-play action of West Virginia high school football. Today's game is being brought to you by
W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Power, Beck, and Matzaref Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys, Cody's Auto Body, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Flower Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and Next Level Auto Detailing.
And now, let's go back to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Stadium coin toss already concluded here, and special team captain for the Martinsburg Bulldogs tonight, current Chicago Bear backup quarterback and alum here of Martinsburg, Tyson Bajent, in the house watching this ball game. Camden won the toss, deferred to the second half. Martinsburg will receive and defend the South Middle School end zone. Camden to defend the other side, the right side for us here, as we have opening kick brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Kicking off for the Panthers is Anthony Nelson. Back to return, it looks like it's Todd and Wally for the Bulldogs. Martinsburg in the black and orange, Camden in the all-white. It's a short kick caught at the 21-yard line, and that'll be a short return across the 25 to about the 26 or 27 for Villa. Let's introduce our game officials now, brought to you by Next Level Auto Detailing. They don't just detail, they redefine what your car can be. Book a service online at nextlevelautowv.com. Next Level Care, long-term protection. You have James Watts as the referee, Jess Dusing as the umpire, Brian Costello at linesman. Line judge is Ranley Stutz, and the back judge is Danny Burdett. Field judge Kim Reed. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs with 11:55 in the first at the 28-yard line, as Dick in shotgun formation will have a quarterback run right up the middle and across the 30, be stopped for about 4 or 5 yard gain to the 33-yard line to make it second down. You're going to see a lot of that this year.
I think you're right. And I noticed Colby Walker, new starting wide receiver, already hobbling around on the field. I think might have twisted an ankle or something on the kickoff.
Yeah, he's one of the three on the far side in the middle of the two others. One to the near side is the snap back. Quick slant, and it's caught by Todd, and he drops it right at the last second, and that will be ruled incomplete. They say he never gathered the ball, so that's 3rd and 5.
Throws a little behind on the slant, but right into the hands. I think Todd started looking up the field to see if he could make a move. Hadn't quite gotten the ball. The hit in the back kind of surprised him.
Some confusion here as to where the receivers are going to be lined up, as they wanted to flip them, but they're going to keep trips to the far side, one receiver to the near side, and Todd. Dick in shotgun formation, and he has Tate Cofield lined up to his right for this 3rd and 5. Under 10 seconds left on the play clock as Dick tries to go with the hard count. And it looks like Martinsburg's going to have to burn a timeout here with 11:18 in the first quarter. Let's step aside and take a 30-second break, and then we'll be back with more Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 back in 30 seconds.
What's up, everybody? Tyson Bajent here. The greatest asset for a professional quarterback is a receiver with good hands.
At Next Level Auto Detailing, your vehicle is in good hands. We offer basic detailing packages, ceramic coatings, any restoration service for your vehicle, you name it, we do it. Call us at 703-786-6250 to take your vehicle to the next level. Let's go!
Welcome back here out of the Martinsburg timeout. They have 2 remaining here in the half. 3rd down and 5 at the 33-yard line of Martinsburg on its opening possession of the ball game here against the Camden Panthers.
Already looking a little out of sorts. Had to take that timeout. Obviously not what you wanted to.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right as Dick drops back the pass, looking to the near side, throws it high, and a one-handed snag at the sideline at the 42, and it's caught by Todd for the Martinsburg first down, as he was just able to keep a foot in while grabbing that with the right arm and hauling it in to his chest.
Floated a little bit, came out of the hand of Brian Dick a little weird, but it's good job by Boston Todd to bring that one down. The balance to get a foot in bounds.
The 1st and 10 as Dick gets the snap And he'll take a quarterback draw up the middle, but immediately be wrapped up only for a 1-yard gain. It's coming off his block and making the tackle was Anthony Nelson to make it 2nd and 9.
I think Dick maybe could have a little more to the outside in between guard and tackle instead of guard and center. But this is a tough front line for Camden. They're holding strong so far to start off.
Still trips to the far side, one to the near side. Dick, high snap. He's able to gather it, bring it down, and hand it off to Cofield, who sheds off a tackle, goes up the middle, and gets to the 45-yard line. So that 3-yard gain will make it 3rd and 6.
Back into a 3rd and medium, 3rd and long, even if you want to call it. Looks like closer to 7 to try to pick up this one. 45, got to get to the other 48.
Halim Muhammad off the end there with that tackle. Snap back, Dick fakes the handoff, now drops back the pass, steps up in the pocket as he felt the pressure coming in, and grabbing his leg and keeping him from scrambling away is Jerome Foster for the sack at the 44-yard line, and that'll make it 4th down and 7 for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, as it looks like they're going to keep the offense out there with 9:45 and clock rolling here in the opening quarter, still scoreless between the Bulldogs and the Camden Panthers.
Camden's pretty handily winning the battle up front in the trenches, their defensive line versus Martinsburg's offensive line.
Now it looks like they're actually going to punt with Brian Dick standing back at the 35, and he gets the snap and sends a booming kick to the near sideline that bounces at the 23 and will go out of bounds at that 23-yard line as well with 9:22 here in the first quarter, and we'll see the Camden Panthers offense come out for the first time tonight here at Coburn Field.
We'll see how Martinsburg's defense holds up, if they can do better, because that was a very good defensive drive from Camden. Just really nothing opening up for Martinsburg. They had a little bit of success with the short passing game. Couldn't hold on to a pass, though.
We'll get to see the freshman quarterback Gregory Weiss Jr. his first start here for the Panthers. He's in the gun with Braxton lined up to his right. Low snap, and it's a quick screen pass on the far side. And off to the races is Muhammad on the far sideline. But we're going to have 2 flags immediately blowing the play dead. Make it a 3rd flag here on the near side as well. It looks like all signs pointing to the penalty being against Camden. And it is.
Illegal hands to the face on Camden. Pushing them back.
So wait to see where they spot the ball inside the 15. It appears at the 13-yard line here with 9:16 left in quarter number 1. Not able to identify who that penalty was on specifically for Camden. But it remains 1st down and 20 now. Snap. And a handoff to Braxton, who has the inside zone and sheds off a tackle across the 30 at the left hash mark and will be brought down at the 32-yard line. And that's enough for a 1st down for the Panthers, I believe. No, it actually appears they'll say he's a yard and a half short.
About 19 on the gain. This is going to be the strength for Camden. They ran it to the left side of the line. That big left tackle, JoJo White, committed to Syracuse, completely washed Kyla Villa out of the play, opened up a big hole for Braxton to run through.
Weiss again with a handoff to Braxton. It's an outside zone run as he's trying to set the edge, gets past Urias and goes downfield across the 35 to about the 37-yard line, and that is more than enough for a Camden 1st down this time.
Martinsburg, you can already tell they're in for it tonight. This is not a team to mess around with. This is clearly a lot of talent on the field. We'll see if some of these guys step it up, starting for the first time at varsity level, can handle it.
2 receivers to each side as the ball at the far side hash marks for Weiss Jr. in the gun. And whistle blows, and it's a false start on the snap, and that's going to back Camden up another 5 yards.
Making 1st and 15 from the 34-yard line.
It was on Wasi Muhammad on the far side. Wide receiver got a little bit of a head start.
So that will make it 1st and 15 at the 34-yard line for Camden.
And so far, the only thing slowing down Camden is themselves. It's early on into their first drive.
Weiss making sure everybody's aligned here. Now he sends Duckett to his left as he drops back the pass, and it's a little curl route in the middle, caught by Steele, and he'll be dragged down at the 40-yard line, and that'll make it 2nd down and 9 for Camden. 7:40 left in the first, still scoreless here between Martinsburg and Camden.
Well, Martinsburg almost got there. They got the big blitz up the middle, I think from Carson Knight. Just barely couldn't get there in time. It was a great job by a freshman quarterback to get rid of the ball that quickly.
Two receivers near side, one to the far side, a tight end on the left side of the line as well as Weiss. Will hand it off to Duckett, who bounces off one of his own linemen and will be tackled for a loss on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and long as Martinsburg's defense finally gets a huge stop there.
Finally won the battle up front. Got one on your own side there, and Kane Whip that really blew that play up, pushed the guard back into the lap of the quarterback and the running back. And Duckett thought he had somewhere to go and ended up running into his own lineman because of it.
So ball at the 40-yard line, making it 3rd down and 11 to go. Weiss drops back, looking to pass, steps up in the pocket, has space, and is going to be tackled, but a flag comes in as Kovacs, I think, might have dragged him down with the horse collar. And that, it looks like, is the call.
No, it's a hold on Camden.
It's a holding call against the Panthers, and that'll be declined. So my apologies there for the misinformation earlier.
Kind of got him by the shoulder. I think it would have been a bad horse collar call if they did give it to him. Great blitz. Got picked up enough by the running back to where Weiss at least had room to dip out of the pocket, run straight ahead. But great job by Kovacs to grab him literally and keep him from getting away.
Punt team on here for Camden, as on to punt is Halim Muhammad, and his punt is a low wobbler that bounces at the 36-yard line of Martinsburg and will roll out of bounds at the 34-yard line here in quarter number 1. 6:04 left, still scoreless as both teams alternate one possession each. Here during this change, let's get our first quarter sponsors. We're brought W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com, as well as Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit their website, FordHagerstown.com. Two receivers on each side. Brian Dick in the gun with Cofield to his right as the snapback from Tugwell. It's a read option. Dick keeps it himself and will be tackled after a 2-yard gain and a late flag thrown while Dick was being spun around and brought to the turf.
I think this is against Martinsburg.
Does sound like that from our PA announcer. Holding against Martinsburg, and that will be accepted and put the ball at the 25-yard line. That makes it now 1st and 20.
Camden up front, Anthony Nelson is 6 foot, 285. And next to him, Jerome Foster, 5'9", 250. And then two really athletic outside linebackers here. Robinson and Halim Muhammad. 6'4", 205, and 6'2", 215.
Dick takes the snap, drops back the pass. It's a little slip screen, and the ball's deflected. Getting a hand in there to get it away was Talib Shakir. So that looked like it might have been a designed tunnel screen as you saw Cofield going in motion over to the left. That'll make it 2nd and 20 now from the 25.
I think that is what it was. I just think that they were calling man coverage against it. And press man coverage, at least close up, to go along with it. Not the you don't know that that's coming necessarily, but that's the type of defense that stops the screen like that.
Todd in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Dick keeps it himself as a hole up the middle, gets across the 30, and will be wrapped up by Braxton, the safety, coming in to make the tackle at the 32-yard line.
I think they're going to need some misdirection like that to open up the holes against this Camden front seven. Even the linebackers come to the ball very well as well.
It's a 7-yard quarterback keeper, making it 3rd down and 13 for Martinsburg. I have Villa and Todd, the wide receivers, on the far side. 2 receivers to the near side. I believe one being Wally. Can't identify the other one as of now, as Dick going with the hard count. He has the other receiver to the near side being Colby Walker. Running back to his right side now is Myers. And it looks like Martinsburg will have to burn another timeout as the play clock was about to expire. 5:04 left here in the first quarter. Still scoreless between Martinsburg and Camden. Step aside, take another 30-second timeout, and then be back with more Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We welcome you back. Martinsburg used its second timeout of the half. They have 1 remaining. Camden still with all 3 of its timeouts. We're only not even 7 minutes into the ball game. It's 3rd and 13 for Martinsburg.
They look out of sorts, and those two taken timeouts already, that shows it.
Dick in shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side, running back to his right. Will take the snap, dropping back, now stepping up in the pocket, chucks it deep on the far side, and that sails out of bounds. Pass intended for Boston Todd on a comeback route. And on comes the punt team for the Bulldogs.
Offensive line didn't quite hold up that time. I think it was Nelson that was able to break through against the left guard. That'd be Jeffrey Griffith on that side. So there's some inexperience up there. Coach Walker talked about it before the season. They're only bringing back 2 starters from the offensive line. Or 2 guys that have with experience. So far, this is again a tough team to go up against in your first start for some of these guys.
Dick on to punt. And it is a booming kick that backs up the return man at the 25, and he bobbles it. He's able to pick it up off the turf and will gain only 3 yards, as that was almost a disaster for Muhammad.
You see, they have Ibn Muhammad do pretty much everything out there. Punt returner, he's their nickel guy. Out there as wide receiver, they've already thrown the ball to him. Committed to University of Syracuse as a safety, 3-star safety.
So 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line for Camden. 4:53 here in quarter number 1. Score update from Jefferson County. Spring Mill 7, Jefferson nothing. It's a high snap here by Weiss. He's able to bring it down and will hand it off to his tailback. I believe that's Braxton this time in on the carry. It was. I think he might have been able to at least gain half a yard, if any. And I'll keep it 2nd and 10.
Looks like the yard marker didn't didn't move. It's just right back at the line of scrimmage. A great job, Whip so far looks really good there at nose tackle.
I talked to him in the pregame show, and he was clearly ready to go here tonight, wanting to make a statement.
Kane Whip, 6 foot 270, listed at senior.
8 in the box for Martinsburg here as Weiss Another low, snappy pump fakes, but this time is able on the second attempt to get it to Muhammad on the far side for another wide receiver screen. He cuts downfield and will be tackled at the 35-yard line, and that'll make it 3rd down and 4.
That's really all we've seen out of the passing game so far from Camden is, 2 bubble screens basically, and then a quick hitter. And one of them was called back by a penalty.
Camden breaks the huddle here for this 3rd and 4. 2 receivers to the near side, make it 3 now as they bring 1 extra and Wasan Muhammad over. They go in bunch formation. Weiss takes the snap, looking to the near side, pump fakes, has a man open in the middle of the field and throws it behind Muhammad again, and that'll bring up 4th down. You see Weiss on the far side talking with Coach Hinson. It looks like they're going to bring the punt unit back out onto the field. So a quick 3 and out for the Camden Panthers. 3:16 here in quarter number 1. Still deadlocked at 0-0 between Martinsburg and Camden, as both teams feel each other out.
A lot of blitzes so far from the Martinsburg defense. They're really trying to put the pressure on this freshman quarterback, see if he can handle it. That time he wasn't able to. There was an open man. It's just he had all that defensive pressure in his face. Overthrew a guy.
Looks like we're going to have a timeout taken by Camden, as they didn't have all 11 guys out on the field for the punts. So we'll step aside, take a 30-second break, then be back with more Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Someone asked me, who's the brains behind Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers?
And what did you say?
I said it was a team effort. Everyone works together to win for our clients.
Well, that's true and very noble of you.
But I could still beat you in cornhole.
You're on. If you're hurt and almost heaven, dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
Welcome back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium out of the Camden timeout. They have 2 remaining in the half. Martinsburg with 1. It is 4th and 4, and the punt team out for the Camden Panthers. Back to return, Boston Todd from Martinsburg. Ali Muhammad gets the snap. Punt nearly blocked. It is short. It bounces at the Martinsburg 40 and will roll to the 35 and eventually is downed. That's where the Martinsburg offense will take over once again. It's the middle of the field is where most of this game's been played.
Yeah, nobody's gotten, I think, even to the 30, maybe even the 40 of the other team. So we're kind of just playing around midfield. Can either offense really find their groove?
Trips to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side for Martinsburg. And Brian Dick, Cofield to his right. Take the snap, keep it himself, and off the edge, slipping him up is linebacker William Mann, as at a gain of 3 for Dick, gets to the 38-yard line and makes it 2nd down and 7 with 2:50 and clock ticking here in the opening quarter of play.
Mann there at inside linebacker has been pretty impressive so far. He's got a good nose for the ball and is clearly an explosive athlete.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Man in motion again. And it's another quarterback draw as Dick across the 40 and stumbles over top his tackler, Halim Muhammad, at another 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down and 4 at the 41-yard line of Martinsburg.
You can tell that Martinsburg is trying to get the run game going by the appearance of Michael Dillard out there on the field, coming in motion, that split block both times on the last 2 plays. Try to get a bigger body out there.
Dick takes the snap, runs to the near side, finds a hole, tries to go through it, but it immediately collapses as coming in is the Panther Muhammad, and they're going to stop Martinsburg 2 yards short of the yard to gain. That makes it 4th and 2 from the 43-yard line. Looks like Martinsburg's going to bring out the punt team again.
Yeah, I think with the way this game has gone so far and how your offense has moved the ball, I think if you were having a really good offensive game, maybe you'd go for this one. You feel confident that the defensive line's not going to stuff you within 2 yards, but I think it's fine to punt here.
Some confusion as to who's supposed to be out there right now for the punt team. 5 seconds left on the play clock, and you still have Ricketts confused as where to be. Snap off just in time as Dick sends another kick, this time a low line drive, caught at the 20-yard line on the near side by Muhammad. He has one blocker in front of him as he tiptoes down the sideline, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds right before the 50-yard line, it appears, at the 48-yard line of Camden. With 1:01 left here in the first quarter, the Panthers get the ball back, and we are still scoreless between Martinsburg and Camden. But so far, it's the best field position I believe we've seen for either team to start off a drive.
Yeah, eventually, if your defense keeps getting stops like that, the field position battle is going to go your way at some point. And you got a good return there, and that's finally where it happened.
One receiver on the far side out wide in Muhammad. One to the near side in Steele. 3 guys bunched together on the right side of the line as it's a handoff to Duckett, and immediately the play blown up as coming in off the linebacker's spot up the gap is Carson Knight. And it's a loss of 3 on the play, making it 2nd and 13.
That is what Martinsburg's absolutely needed. These linebackers look impressive. Camden might be winning the battle up front a little bit here so far, but strong linebacker play from Martinsburg is keeping them in it and keeping Camden from breaking one downfield.
Yeah, good sign to see as trying to replace a Sam Huff Award winner in Ace Flores from last year. 2nd and 13 snap. Weiss drops back to pass, chucking it deep on the far side and overthrows his receiver as the pass intended for Wasai Muhammad. That'll make it 3rd down and 13 with 11 seconds left here in the first quarter.
There's an example, one play leading to the next. You can always say, oh, you didn't do well in this one. You might have gave up 5 yards on one play, but it's fine. You still got 2nd down. When you turn 1st and 10 into 2nd and 12 instead of 2nd and 5, that's a passing down situation. You got to get some yards on this, so you want to try to go down the field. Freshman quarterback, not going to be able to make all the throws. It was good coverage along with it.
3rd and 12, ball at the 46-yard line. 3 receivers on the right for Weiss in shotgun formation as Duckett lined up to his right as well. Takes the snap, dropping back to pass, and sacked! Helmet comes off on the play. A flag is thrown as Colby Walker, the safety, comes in and just frog splashed Weiss.
Oh, what a play. I think he's going to get penalized for it. Face mask.
And what looked like a great job by the defense because of the face mask, unfortunately, will keep the drive alive for Camden.
Did you see a face mask?
No, but his helmet did come off, so
it did.
Have to go back and check our Larry DeMarco Team Century 21 replay on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
From the way the tackle was made, I don't even know how to get his hands on the face mask. It looked like he kind of put his arms up in the air, came down, and it was sort of the motion of the quarterback falling against a tackle that made his helmet slip off.
So that's how quarter number 1 will come to an end. When we return, it will be 1st and 10 from Martinsburg's 39-yard line for Camden. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, as after quarter number 1, it's Martinsburg nothing, Camden nothing. You're tuned in to Martinsburg Bulldog Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Mark Hughes Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Hughes Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you.
We welcome you back live at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium as we begin the second quarter. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Martinsburg for the Camden Panthers. And a new quarterback in. It is the senior Jathan Candelario, and he takes the snap. Wanted to hand the ball off, but some miscommunication as he'll be brought down. Multiple Bulldogs in on the sack. A huge loss on the play. Puts the ball at the 44-yard line, so 5-yard loss on that play.
That was great. Just multiple Bulldogs blowing up through the line. I just don't know what happened there with the Camden offensive line. I don't know if they weren't ready for the snap or what. But, yeah, we do have a new quarterback out there.
Well, I think it was only for that play as Weiss back in. He takes the snap, dropping back the pass. Quick pass in the middle of the field, caught by Muhammad, and he's gone. He broke the tackle on the far side. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Camden. 11:07 here in the second quarter, and the Panthers take a 6-0 lead over the Martinsburg Bulldogs on the 44-yard connection.
They were just able to find Muhammad in one-on-one coverage, middle of the field. I think it was DeJuan Woodson, 6'6" sophomore, going up against a Division I Power 4 athlete, and just couldn't quite keep his hands on him to make the tackle, and then he was off to the races. It's a shame, too, because the Martinsburg defense was looking so good for a lot of that drive.
That they were, as it looks like Camden going for 2? No.
Looks like it.
Yeah. Candelario out there, but play clock's at 0. So.
Well, maybe they're not now.
That's going to be a delay of game here called against Camden. That'll move them back 5 yards.
Unless they just don't have a kicker.
Well, the kicker that they had in the 2 deep was a lineman. So now they're flipping around a few guys. I see Steele coming in.
Still Candelario out there. I think they're still going for 2.
Yeah, so the ball at the 8-yard line now. It's Candelario at quarterback with Duckett lined up to his right. Candelario drops back looking to pass, and he has a wide open field on the far side. He's going for the pile-on, extends out, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. Trying to beat him there was Villa, but he was too late. Late flag comes in. 11:07 left here in the second quarter. It is Camden 8, Martinsburg 0. We'll get you the penalty after this 1-minute break. You're tuned in to Martinsburg Bulldog Football and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10. Back in 1 minute.
The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments want to help keep our communities, including backyard flocks and farms, safe from H5N1, the avian flu. To stay up to date with current risk levels and CDC recommendations, as well as disease prevention information shared by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, be sure to check out the Community Resources section of the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department at bchealthdept.org. This ad has been made possible through a grant-funded partnership with the West Virginia Department of Health.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back. Out of Camden touchdown, 8-0. They lead Martinsburg. penalty on the 2-point conversion was an unsportsmanlike conduct, so the kick at the 25 will be caught at Martinsburg's 35-yard line as Villa has space up the middle. And he's across the 40 and lost the ball. It's recovered by Steele of Camden, and just like that, the Panthers will start up the offense once again at their 33-yard line.
So, in a way, it was the kick returner's dream, right? Break through the hole. All you have in front of you is the kicker. The problem is, the kicker is Anthony Nelson.
6 foot, 285.
And it was like he ran into a brick wall. It just stopped in his tracks and lost the ball.
So 1st and 10 for Camden at the 33-yard line with 11 minutes here in the first. Let's get a quick scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett.
4 plays, 51 yards in the end with some negative plays and penalty. 44-yard touchdown from Weish to Ibn Muhammad.
And it looks like we're going to have a flag before drive can commence. Nope, they're going to wave the flag off as Camden used its second timeout of the half to avoid the penalty. So let's step aside, take a 30-second break, and then we'll be back with more Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Howard Beck and Matsurif Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Looking back at that replay of the kick, had Villa fumble and Camden recover. Didn't even look like Anthony was trying to bring him down. It looked more like Villa just kind of ran into the 285-pounder, and that caused the ball to pop free.
He ran into a brick wall. He didn't really tackle him. He just ran into him.
1st and 10, the play. Weish hands it off to Steele in the backfield, and Steele almost breaks free, but the last man to beat he couldn't get past is Colby Walker with a touchdown-saving tackle at Martinsburg's 40-yard line, and a huge play there flips fields and makes it 1st down Camden.
Steele last year on only 71 carries had 601 yards and 5 touchdowns. 8.5 yards a carry. And he is not even listed in the 2 deep at running back. He's listed he's starter at wide receiver.
Now Braxton in the backfield alongside Weish. Takes the snap and will hand it off to Braxton. And he tries to run to the far side, but this time coming in from the edge and making the tackle for Martinsburg is Woodson. No yards gained on the play, and that'll keep it 10 yards to go here on 2nd down.
A bit of redemption for Woodson after not quite being able to wrap up Muhammad on the touchdown last drive. So good to see that from a young player, just a sophomore.
Camden trying to use its speed as much as possible here, it appears now. As they bring 2 receivers out very wide on each side now, sending Muhammad to the other side from the right to the left to have 2 on the far side. 5 seconds left on the play clock as Weish gets the snap, drops back to pass, and overthrows his receiver. Pass intended for the tight end Robinson. It was going to be a tight end tunnel screen, and that makes it 3rd and 10 at Martinsburg's 40. 9:43 to go here in quarter number 2. It's Camden 8, Martinsburg nothing.
It was a late release route to the flat for Robinson, and it's just timing is off, accuracy off, whichever way you want to put it for a young freshman quarterback.
Camden breaks the huddle. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Weish takes the snap, drops back, looking to the far side, now steps up. Tries to get past Urias, and he can't do so. Frankie drags him to the ground. Weish able to gain 2 yards, but that makes it 4th and 8 at the 38 of Martinsburg.
My key for the Martinsburg defense was tackling. The one time that they really weren't able to, we saw the touchdown. But in general, the defensive linemen in particular, reaching out there with those big hands and just grabbing by the jersey. It's legal as long as it's not the horse collar, the back of the shoulder pads.
Camden's going to keep the offense out and go for it here. 4th and 8 at the 38. 3 seconds left on the play clock. 2, 1. They just get the snap off. Weiss drops back the pass, rolling left. Chucks a deep man wide open. Caught at the 4 and stumbling his way into the end zone for a touchdown is Scott Freeman. Busted coverage with 8:47 to go here in the second quarter. Makes it Camden 14, Martinsburg nothing. They just lost him right in the middle of the field. Scott Freeman.
Yeah. As somebody who was supposed to be covering over the top, the middle of the field, cover 3 maybe, or even a hook zone, there was just nobody in that back line. It seems like Ty Ricketts is the one that is kind of beating himself up over it. No, either way, yeah, blown coverage, wide open. Weish, it's an impressive job by Freeman to adjust to that ball to be able to catch it, because the throw was off the mark.
Camden going for 2 yet again and still having some trouble with the formation. Play clock's at 0, and they're going to get another delay of 2-point conversion attempt. So again, they're going to have to go for the try at the 8-yard line, which they were successful in last time around, as Candelario went kind of like we saw Will Greer way back in the day against Texas, the delay QB sweep to the far pylon. I think every Mountaineer fan tuned in knows that play I'm talking about.
Of course. Right after Gary Jennings. Of course.
Camden breaks the huddle here for the 2-point try. Candelario, quarterback. That's the snap. I'll hand it off to Duckett, and Duckett going to be stopped at the 6-yard line, nowhere close to getting the 2-point conversion this time for Camden. But they lead by 2 touchdowns, 14-0 here against Martinsburg. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then be back with more Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10 back in 1 minute.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
We are back here as the kick, high end over end, and will be returned at the 11-yard line by Wally, who has a hole up the middle. Wally at the 45 is wrapped up across the 45 and down just shy of the 50, but a flag back around the 32-yard line will probably bring this big return back for the Bulldogs. And while we wait, let's get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett.
5 plays for 63 yards goes Camden, ends with a 38-yard touchdown from Gregory Weiss Jr. to Scott Freeman.
Second touchdown of the night thrown by Weiss Jr. and that 4th down as a 14-0 lead for Camden here against Martinsburg with 8:40 to go in the second quarter, and the penalty, a holding against Martinsburg on the kick. So the Bulldogs begin the drive at their 22-yard line. It's Brian Dick at quarterback. Tailback lined up to his left side now, that being, I believe that's Ricketts out there possibly. Quarterback keeper on the delayed draw by Dick across the 30 and getting it to the 32-yard line. So that's enough for a Martinsburg first down as they'll move the chains and keep it 1st and 10. No.
Appears to be enough for the
Yes, okay. Yeah. I was about to say, if that is not a first down, I don't know what is.
It seemed like exactly 10 yards, yeah. Brian Dick has run the ball effectively when they've opened up the holes for him. Just not much else has gotten to go.
Man in motion's Wally. Dick sends a screen pass to the near side. It's caught by Todd, and he's going to be tackled from behind as a late flag flies in as Naeem Pressberry brings Todd down at the the 39-yard line. But we wait for the official to give us the flag here with 8:17 left in the second quarter, and again, it's against Martinsburg.
Yep.
So that backs up the offense yet again.
I'm not sure if that was a hold or if it was offensive pass interference, but same result either way.
1st and 15 now at the 27-yard line for Martinsburg.
I think that makes it a hold then.
Dick gets the snap. It's high. He's able to bring it down and will give it off to his running back. He goes nowhere. That's Kevin Myers in at running back, the backup sophomore, and that makes it 2nd down. Looks like they say he lost 2 on the play, actually, so ball at the 25. 2nd and 17.
It's just straight up dominating on defense for Camden. At the defensive line, the linebackers in particular.
Another high snap. Dick lost it, and he's going to just have to fall on top of it at the 16-yard line. So a 9-yard loss makes it 3rd down and 26 now with 7:20 to go here in the second quarter, and a late flag thrown. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Camden.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. Somebody must have said something down there.
Camden has looked very talented, very strong. They have not been very disciplined. Dare I say, they kind of look like how Martinsburg looked in a lot of games last year. It's very particular at the beginning of the year, where you could tell they looked like clearly the better team, or at least a more athletic, stronger team. But they would keep having these penalties that would, keep the other team in it for a little bit. We'll see if Martinsburg is in it long enough to get themselves together.
So 3rd and 11. Dick drops back to pass. Going to have to scramble around and keep the play going with his feet, and he's able to do so at the 45 now and has the first down by a few yards, brought down on the near sideline at the 47-yard line.
Brian Dick is clearly a special runner up the football at the quarterback position. So far, we're not seeing a whole lot of a big passing game. So maybe his development's not there yet, but he's only a junior.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. 1st and 10, Martinsburg. Another high snap. Dick keeps it himself, runs up the middle, gets past Nelson across midfield, and will be brought down at Camden's 45-yard line. That makes it 2nd down and 4 or 3. 3, so a 7-yard gain.
Finally across midfield. Feels like they haven't been there.
Martinsburg going no huddle. Another snap back. Dick dropping back the pass. Chucks in the near side, jumping up for it and in and out of the hands of Boston Todd at the 32-yard line.
It's another one from Boston Todd. We've only seen 4 pass attempts from Brian Dick, but 2 of them have gone to Todd where they've come out of his hands where when contact gets there. And you got to have that strength to play through contact.
3rd down and 3. 6:20 to go here in quarter number 2. It's Camden 14, Martinsburg nothing.
And that might have been a little mental lapse too, hearing footsteps, as they might say.
2 receivers to each side. Dick in the gun. Sends Myers out wide in the near side as he gets the snap. It's high. Dick going to keep it himself. Gets off 1 tackler. Tries to fight his way through another as dragging him down is Shakir, and he keeps him a yard short of a first down. So that'll make it 4th down, and Martinsburg down 2 touchdowns has a decision to make, and it looks like they're going to keep the offense out there.
They should. The way you've moved so far, I think it might be a little too predictable at this point to keep it in the hands of Brian Dick, but that's all reliable in terms of this game.
Here we go for the 4th and 1. The snap to Dick. His quarterback draw all the way, and he lowers his shoulder and knocks the helmet off somebody and gets the first down across the 40 to the 39-yard line. He somehow blew past Anthony Nelson, the one that made Villa fumble. But Dick able to pop that helmet off of him, so he's going to have to sit out a play and move those chains for the Bulldogs.
The quarterback knocked the helmet off of the defender. And I'm sitting here like, I thought Murphy Clement went to Illinois, not back to high school.
Read option. Dick keeps it himself as a whole, has space across the 35 and dragged down at the 33, but a flag in the backfield, and it appears it's going to be a holding penalty against right guard Kane Whip. 5:18 left here in the second quarter. It's still 14-0 Camden leading Martinsburg.
The Panthers here have the type of guys up front that it's hard to win every rep without holding. Sometimes you'll get caught, sometimes you won't. You don't have to do it every time, but to win every rep, there's going to be some of that, and sometimes it's going to be a penalty. So
after the hold, it's 1st and 20 from Martinsburg at its 49-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Dick in the gun, Myers to his right. Dick gets the snap. Quick pass to the near side, and we're going to get a PI called. Little curl route as Todd, the intended receiver, and making contact early was Chase Robinson.
Yep, just a little too early. Part of it might have been that the throw wasn't, right between the chest. It made Todd have to go to his left a little bit. That might have caused some of the contact. But it's still early contact, so...
It's a 15-yard penalty. It is not an automatic first down. It stays first down, though.
1st and 7.
So it's a 1st and 7. Got to keep that in mind for high school football. PI is not an automatic first, just 15 yards. Dick, read option, keeps it himself. As a hole up the middle, now tried to bounce it to the outside, but couldn't get past Shakir at the near side hash marks across the 30 to the 29-yard line. But that's enough for a Martinsburg first down with 4:50 left here in quarter number 2.
Remember last year when Martinsburg felt like they were in a pinch? What did they do? They leaned on the quarterback run with Coy Fagan. That's exactly what they're doing here. 14 carries for Brian Dick already.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Dick drops back, pass, pump fake, now chucks it deep for Todd in double coverage, and nearly intercepted by the safety, Talib Shakir. That time around, it almost looked like Boston Todd had to play defense and break up that reception attempt.
That's exactly how I was thinking of it. The safety was helping over the top, and Brian Dick, it's one of those things, a young, inexperienced quarterback probably decided, consciously or not, that he was going to throw that there before the snap. Didn't account for the safety help over the top.
Jump balls are going to be tough this year. You don't have a Kyrie Bunny at 6'4", 6'5", as it's a handoff to Myers, who tries to bounce it to the outside, does so, still continuing to try to break a few ankles. Gets it back to the 29, and it looks like they actually give him 1 yard on that carry to the 28, and that'll make it 3rd down and 9.
Martinsburg's running backs so far have combined for 3 carries for 1 yard. Brian Dick has had to do the heavy lifting. And Dick is only 1 for 5 with 9 yards passing the ball. So they really have only moved the ball, putting it in Dick's hands, letting him run.
3rd and 9 at the 28 of Camden. Dick tries to go with the hard count. He has 2 receivers to each side. Myers to his right. He looks here at his QB bands. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left on the play clock. They get the snap off. It's a quarterback keeper, and Dick has nowhere to go up the middle as Aleem Muhammad off the edge gets off his block and brings down Dick right at the line of scrimmage. And that makes it 4th and 9. At some point, you're going to have to change it up and see what else you can get working. Because if you keep going the same thing over and over, Camden's just going to stack the box, and they have the talent to beat you.
You got to spread them out a little bit. You're going to have to hit maybe some bubble screens, jet sweeps, orbit motion, get into the hands of Braxton Todd that way if the downfield passes aren't working.
Here we go for the 4th and 9. Dick drops back the pass, steps up, chucks it deep for the end zone, and nowhere close to Boston Todd, the intended receiver in the corner on the near side. That'll land incomplete. Turnover on downs with 2:59 to go here in quarter number 2. It's Camden 14, Martinsburg nothing, and the Camden Panthers get the ball back.
It's hard to really know from up here, from our perspective, if it's scheme or if it's the player. It's felt like a lot of these 6 pass attempts so far from Brian Dick have been further down the field. Obviously, that one had to be on a 4th and long. But can you get him some little stick routes, some flat routes, some bubble screens, something like that, to get him a little bit of a rhythm?
1st and 10. Weish takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, who is immediately dragged down at the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle is Ty Ricketts to bring down Christian Braxton, and that is a loss of 1 on the play, making it 2nd down and 11 with 2:40 and clock rolling here in the second quarter.
They've done a pretty good job of containing Braxton since his first run of the game for 19 yards. Since then, he went for 5, but then last 3, 0-0, -1.
Both teams with 1 timeout left each here in the first half. Weish gets the snap, dropping back, looking to pass, steps up in the pocket, sees a hole, and now takes off on the far side at the 40. At the 44-yard line, he's going to step out of bounds and have a 1st down for Camden. That's gotten Martinsburg a few times. Great coverage downfield, but nobody spying the freshman Gregory Weiss Jr., and he's been allowed to run freely here against the Bulldogs so far.
It's a term you'll hear a lot of times on an NFL broadcast with a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels. Rush lane integrity for the defensive line. To rush the passer, but not over-rush to where you're leaving the field open like that.
1st and 10 at the 44 of Camden. Weiss, bubble screen here to the near side. It's caught by Steele. Steele cuts back in, gets past one man, and will be brought down at the 45-yard line by Ricketts here in Martinsburg territory. 2:12 left here in the second quarter. 14-0. Camden leads Martinsburg here in quarter number 2. Also, keep in mind, Camden will get the ball to start the second half as they deferred after winning the coin toss.
And that can be huge if Camden can score right before the half here, 2 for 1.
However, maybe some positive signs. We haven't really seen a kicker for them, so
yeah.
No such thing as a field goal range that we know of for this team, as it is a halfback toss to Duckett on the far side. Flags fly in as trying to bring down Duckett was Tay Cofield, and finally did so with the help of Carson Knight. And it's a holding against Camden.
Down those downfield blockers, getting those hands on the outside of the shoulder pads, turning the defender around. It's going to get called. And that'll happen a little bit on some plays like that with those bubble screens or whatever runs to the outside. Those wide receivers that aren't, they're not practicing blocking for vast majority of their practice.
A holding penalty was downfield, so it makes it a 1st and 12 at the 47-yard line as Weiss drops back the pass, now steps up, looking deep, chucking it deep here on the far side, and it is caught at the 4. Somehow, some way, Muhammad got that one, and it's another deep touchdown for Camden. 1:29 to go here in the second quarter. Camden 20, Martinsburg nothing. I don't know how he got separation there. It looked like fantastic coverage by Martinsburg's Colby Walker, but Muhammad just too tough. That's his second touchdown of the night.
I think it was Woodson that was one.
Was it Woodson?
With him there, number 7.
Okay.
I think, Woodson never got turned around to the ball. Muhammad probably got an eye on it coming in and then knew when to disengage and try to catch the ball. Really impressive.
2-point conversion as it's a handoff to Duckett from Candelario, and again it is no good as Cofield stops him to keep it 20-19 here with 1:29 to go in the second quarter. Camden dominating Martinsburg here so far in the first half. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then be back with more on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
You're right, Robbie. August heat calls for a free flow treat. At Floor Pools, August is sizzling, and so are the deals. Right now, grab a budget-friendly plug-and-play hot tub starting at just $59 a month. I knew you'd approve, Robbie. No special wiring, no electricians, just plug in, start soaking, and enjoy pure relaxation. And here's where it really gets good. Free Flow makes it easy to redefine real family time, the kind where everyone actually puts down their phones and laughs together. No screens, no schedules, just warm water and cool conversations. And Floor Pools will throw in over $250 in free value with steps and the Frog Water Care System, which includes chlorine and minerals. Yep, Robbie is so psyched to start soaking. Don't miss the fun. Grab your sizzling summer deals now at Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, or Martinsburg, or online at floorpools.com. Floor Pools, your one-stop shop for backyard fun.
We welcome you back live here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. November 26th of 2022. Last time Martinsburg lost. They are on the ropes now, down 20-0 here against Camden, as the return by Boston Todd going up the middle, and Todd now has some space at the 40, 45, 50, across the 50, now down to the 40 at the 35, and finally from behind, caught by Shakir at the 35-yard line. That's been a positive here tonight. You've had a few penalties, though, unfortunately break them. But now Martinsburg has some great field position. 1:19 to go here in the second quarter. They need something here now to stay in this ballgame.
Either the Achilles heel of Camden is their kickoff return coverage, or Martinsburg has some really great players on their kickoff return team. Boston Todd, obviously, is really impressive himself. Every return for Martinsburg has been a good one.
Two receivers to each side for the Bulldogs. Dick in shotgun formation, send Myers out to his left. Keeps it himself. Brian Dick up the middle across the 30. Lost the ball. It's another turnover. Braxton of Camden recovers the second fumble of the night for the Bulldogs. And that is a huge gut punch to Martinsburg. 1:14 here in the second quarter. Camden's offense comes back out onto the field.
It's just a tough break, man. They finally get a good break, great starting field position, the way that they were churning the ball down the field last drive, but it was taking a while. They'd rather go down the whole field in little chunks, and then you get that.
Two receivers to each side for the freshman Weish. Duckett lined up to his right. Gets the snap. Loses the ball and has to just fall on top of it, and he does so successfully, as right there was Carson Knight ready to pounce on it. Big loss on the play. Backs up Camden now to the 23-yard line, making it 2nd down and 17. The clock under a minute rolling here. You're this far backed up. We'll see if Camden decides to play aggressive, or because they get the ball in the second half, they just play it out.
I would just hand it off here if I were them. But
Weish takes the snap, dropping back, stepping up now. Somehow slips through a tackle, throws it short, nearly intercepted. As Woodson almost got the pick, almost getting the sack was Will Burson. He had Weish wrapped up, but Weish somehow able to fight out of it. That stopped the clock with 29.5 seconds left, by the way. It's 3rd down. Martinsburg has a timeout left.
Exactly, and that's why
why you run the ball on that play, if you ask me. So if Martinsburg has to use that timeout, you can run it again, just run out the clock, and you get the ball to start the half.
Camden wants to go for the kill shot, it feels like. Weiss dropping back the pass. It's a screen pass. That is caught by Steele, and he is down at the line of scrimmage. Martinsburg calls a timeout with 24.5 seconds left. That's the Bulldogs' final timeout of the half. It will be 4th down and 17. 20-0. Camden leads Martinsburg. The Bulldogs. It has not looked good to begin the season here tonight. 2 turnovers, 3 touchdown passes by the freshman, Gregory Weiss Jr., 2 of the 3 to the senior, Muhammad. Keep things here. Timeouts brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team of Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the Tri-State? Give them a call, 304-262-4222, or visit them online at modernrealtyresults.com. Stay tuned at halftime for the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show. We'll get you first half stats. Nick Verzolini back at the studio. We'll have a halftime scoreboard show for you, as well as at the half. Before going into the locker room, we'll try to see if we can get Matt Miller to grab a hold of Dave Walker, possibly as well, for a brief halftime interview if willing. And the punt team out there for Camden. And it is away. It is a short wobbler, bouncing at the 40, but takes a huge roll to the opposite 40 and still rolling to the 35-yard line of Martinsburg. Lucky bounce. 12.9 seconds left here in the second quarter. We'll see what Martinsburg decides to do.
Oh, Todd, I got to run over there and grab that. It seemed like he could have gotten a little bit of a return on it. But 12 seconds for the half, it's really going to be 1, maybe 2 plays, regardless of what you do.
You got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Cofield in the backfield alongside quarterback Brian Dick. Dick, that's the snap. He's just going to hand it off to Cofield, who goes up the middle, stumbles forward for a few extra yards, and is brought down at the 39-yard line. And it looks like Martinsburg's going to be content with that being the final play of the half. Looks like Matt Miller has Dave Walker down on the sideline. So, Matt, whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right, Colin, thank you. Coach, tough first half. Clearly, they got 3 big plays on you. What did you see?
I mean, they've got a really good football team, but we're just making too many mistakes, turnovers, penalties, just killing drives, and we got to find a way to get in the end zone, and we're not doing a very good job at it right now.
You've certainly made some big plays of your own, especially in the special teams, kick returns, and so forth. Can that give you some momentum?
Well, it doesn't matter if we don't do something after the fact. So we've got to figure out a way to maintain blocks and try to get our guys out in space.
Try to imagine coming out 0-0. Let's win the second half.
That's always the plan.
All right, go get him, Coach. Thank you. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Matt, for the halftime interview with Coach Dave Walker. Martinsburg trails at the half 20-0 here against the Camden Panthers out of Camden, New Jersey. We're step-asiding now. Take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll have the halftime show. This is Martinsburg Bulldog Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Surf Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg and TV 10 and welcome you into the halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WBJusticeLawyers.com. At the half, Camden 20, Martinsburg nothing is our score. I'm Colin McLaughlin. I'm joined by Dylan Bishop, on-site producers John Alderton. Camera crew tonight, Matt Miller on the sideline, Kyler High, up high on the press box. Back in the studio, Nick Verzolini. You'll hear from him here in a short bit with a scoreboard show. But first, here for the Mansion Ferretti halftime show, get our first half thoughts. And it has not been a good first half for Martinsburg at all, Dylan. They've had some signs of life, but overall, Camden's just whipping them.
It's a whooping. Martinsburg doesn't usually get whooped. So it's a weird sight to see. But this is just a really good football team that they're playing against. Like, Camden's been undisciplined in some places. They have 5 penalties for 55 yards, which is exactly what Martinsburg has, though, as well. And you can tell that this is a Martinsburg team with a lot of players in premium spots or pivotal spots that do not have a lot of experience at the varsity level going up against a really good football team in Camden, in the Panthers. And Martinsburg is really talented themselves. Sometimes you can say you chalk it up to, hey, some different places like Camden, New Jersey might have a different level of athlete in their student pool, their talent pool. It happens. They've got, Eben Muhammad, 2 touchdown catches over 40 yards. He's going to college at the D1 level in the ACC at Syracuse as a safety, not as a wide receiver. That's the kind of talent that we're talking about on this team. Martinsburg's made plenty of mistakes that they can correct in the second half, though. So we'll see if they can clean some of that stuff up.
Let's get you now our first half stats, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Visit them online at FordHagerstown.com. You can buy your vehicle there. If you don't like it, they'll even take it back. They'll also even bring their maintenance to you. Again, FordofHagerstown.com.
On the Martinsburg side, Brian Dick, 16 carries in that first half for 65 yards. The running backs for Martinsburg combined for 4 carries for 5 yards. And Brian Dick passing is only 1 for 6 for 9 yards. So that's the offense for Martinsburg. It's really been a struggle outside of just Brian Dick carrying the ball with himself. On the other side, Gregory Weiss Jr. for Camden, 7 for 11, 152 yards, 3 passing touchdowns. A lot of that coming on 2 big plays to Eben Muhammad, 44-yard touchdown, 47-yard touchdown. He's got 3 catches, 97 yards, and 2 scores. Christian Braxton, the running back that had 1,200 yards last year, only 5 carries for 23 yards. And Weiss has 4 carries for 17 yards. He's been sacked a couple times. You had Freeman with a 38-yard touchdown. So, again, all 3 of their touchdowns, 38 yards or more. So the explosive plays have bitten them, but you do see good signs from the Martinsburg defense. It's just that the offense on the other side, the only thing they can really do is let the quarterback run it so far. Like nothing else has really developed against this Camden defense.
Last time Martinsburg lost was a playoff game against Huntington, 28-21 on November 26th of 2022. The last time they lost at home that same season, it was 36-35 to Riverside. That was the year they finished 10-3. Haven't lost since then, and also because Abe Walker returned after that season. His win streak in jeopardy. I believe I have that at 83 games. 20-0. Camden currently leads the Martinsburg Bulldogs here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium.
Yeah, there's no sort of, hey, they won the game on the field, but maybe there was a technicality involved in this. If this continues, this is just straight up, you lost. So they really got to recover if they want to prevent that from happening.
13 minutes left on the halftime clock. We're going to step aside, send it back to the studio on the other side of Martinsburg over on Eagle School Road. Nick Verzolini standing by with the halftime scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
It's an instant classic. Hold still. Get Rock's delicious chicken sandwich and delicious burger with pickle aioli and Heinz thick-cut dill pickles.
We brought the beach to you. Get Rock's crab cake sandwich with 70% real crab meat.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
We welcome you into your halftime scoreboard update. I'm Nick Verzolini here at the half. It is Camden, New Jersey 20, Martinsburg nothing. We'll take a look at some scores from around the EPAC. Jefferson Spring Mills, the only all EPAC game, and at halftime Spring Mills leads that one 14-0. Woodrow Wilson leads Washington at half 20-6, and University is leading Musselman 19-7. Hedgesville Nitro, that game set for tomorrow, so no score update between those two scores. For the rest of 4A, Morgantown beat Parkersburg last night 44-7, so a big statement win for the Mohegans to kick off the season. George Washington got a win last night as well against Spring Valley 27-7. Some scores here at the half. Wheeling Park leads Parkersburg South 7-0. Bridgeport leads Buchanan Upshur 41-7. Huntington and Oakland, Tennessee tied at 0. No score between those two teams. Greenbrier East, AAA leads Riverside 4A 7-0 in that one as it was last updated. And let's see here. Nicholas County out of AAA tied with Oak Hill at 14. And I think that's the only 4A games going on here tonight. So we'll go ahead and take a break. On the other side of that break, Dylan and Colin will get you set for the second half. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in a few minutes.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids?
Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball,
Football, soccer, track. I loved winning.
I still do.
Our competitive spirit is still going strong.
But now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com. If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
Greetings and welcome from the Alumni Association. We're the Coopers, and we want to send you blessings from the directors and the administrators. We're here today to give you some information and some updates, and we're located at the Martinsburg High School hallway, right in front of the Martinsburg Alumni Association wall. So right now, I want to give you a little bit of background and information, but we've got something special for you coming in just a few moments.
In 1910, Martinsburg High School Alumni Association held its first meeting. So as you can see, it's been going on for quite some time. Right now we have over 15,000 members of the Alumni Association. Those include those that graduated from Martinsburg High School. Just think, if you sent in your $10 dues, if everyone did, times 15,000, that would be $150,000. Now we know that's not a possibility, but for those of you that would be willing to, we'd really appreciate $10 or more, and just send it to Martinsburg High School Alumni Association, care of the treasurer, that's still Dale Hicks, to Post Office Box 3007, Martinsburg, West Virginia, 25402. So we'd appreciate anything that you could give us, and we're working on the website, so that's under construction right now.
We're fortunate this afternoon to have 3 past recipients who will be explaining to you and talking to you about what and how it happened for them and how it helped their education.
Hi, my name's Kira Rhodes, and I graduated from Martinsburg last year. I'm so incredibly grateful for the Martinsburg Alumni Association. They've not only created financial burden for students in this high school, but they've also created a community of support that I haven't gotten from anybody else. This association is helping to build up the next workforce in Martinsburg, and I'll forever be grateful for that.
Hi guys, I'm a recent graduate from Martinsburg High School. My name's Carson Buber. The Alumni Scholarship has helped me immensely this past year at my college of choice, Potomac State. As an academic student and an athletic student, I had a lot on my plate, and so this scholarship helped ease my financial burdens. I had no time to work, and I just got to focus on my academics and athletics, and I'm very appreciative of the Alumni Association for giving me the scholarship.
Hello, my name is Eliana Mosby. I'm a recent graduate here at Martinsburg High School, and this scholarship has helped to ease a lot of my financial burden and help me to focus on my academics mainly, and to help me to go into the workforce and, you know, get back to my community with the career of choice that I'm choosing. Not only has it helped me, but it has helped a lot of other students and future students coming in, and so it'll be a great opportunity, and I'm very forever thankful for everything the Alumni Association has done for me.
So folks, we want to thank these 3 past recipients for coming in. We want to thank the administration for allowing us to do this film. And I want you to see that each one of them is holding an amount of money. What's missing is $10, which is your $10 due that we really could help us. Remember, your support and your help in this matter will let us see and realize from the Alumni Association what we really can do for the future. And it will help us. So what money, we will accept anything that you're willing to send, but again, we need this money. It goes strictly to the youngsters, for the recipients. We thank you so much. We know everything that you can help us with would be very appreciated. And so again, we want to thank the administration. We want to thank TV10 and Colin. We want to thank the 3 of our recipients. And most of all, we want to thank you now for what help you're going to give us. So in closing, we say thank you, help support us, and God bless.
Welcome back here. Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Still a few minutes left on the halftime clock. Both teams have come out of their respected locker rooms. Thank you to Nick Verzolini back in the studio for that halftime scoreboard show, by the way, which was brought to you by Dignity Memorial, Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery. Attention to detail like no other. Visit dignitymemorial.com. 20-0 is our score here at the half. Camden leads the Martinsburg Bulldogs to begin this 2025 season. I'm Colin McLaughlin. I'm joined by Dylan Bishop. John Alderton's our on-site producer. Matt Miller and Kyler High, our camera crew. Back in the studio, as I just said, Nick Verzolini. Dylan, second half adjustments. What you got for us here, if you got anything?
They still haven't, they being Martinsburg's, the offense, I still think is a little too pushed together, a little too crammed together and tight and compact. Compact is the word I was looking for. I think they need to try to, they like to use the spread formation, but it feels like they do get a little more success when they bring some motion. But at this point in the game, when you have 16 carries for your quarterback, and that's sort of what the motion has been opening up, has been the rushing lanes for the quarterback, you're going to have to throw the counters off of that. Throw the bubble screens, the jet sweeps, some screen plays to your running back. There's really nothing out of the running back so far. They've combined for 4 carries for 5 yards. 4 of those yards were on 1 carry by Cofield. So can they do that? And the defensive back play, I think, is the other side of it for Martinsburg. If you're talking about defensive adjustments, can the communication work better there? And there's to a certain extent, can these young players step up a little bit now they've gotten maybe used to the level of athlete that they're facing out there? Guys like Muhammad and Braxton Steele. We'll see what happens.
Waiting to see if they add 3 minutes or not on the clock here for some added warm-ups coming out of the locker room. I don't think they are. Team captain's out at midfield now. Just to remind everyone, Camden deferred in the first half, so they will receive the kick here in the second half. Second half kickoff is brought to you by personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Both teams getting ready to take the field once again here in quarter number 3.
I'm interested to see what sort of offensive adjustments Camden makes, if any, because they've had their big plays for touchdowns, but outside of those and penalties for Martinsburg, the Martinsburg defense has looked pretty impressive at times. The linebackers coming in, tackles for loss, tackles at the line of scrimmage, sacks, getting pressure on the quarterback. Weiss, you're still dealing with a freshman back there, and those long touchdowns, one was a short throw and a long run. One was an off-target pass with a great adjustment by the wide receiver. The other one was sort of a 50-50 ball. So
you've kept them out of the red zone.
Yeah. No, a lot of what they have done on defense has been very good and impressive. And as we get into the later parts of the season, we might look at the defense as what carries this Martinsburg team. And they can get the run game going a little better against lower levels of competition.
Camden Page on the kickoff. Cody Page on the kickoff, and it's a little high end over end kick that's going to be returned here at the 35 and off to the races on the near sideline at the 50, at the 40, almost tackled from behind and now flipped around at the 45 to about the 35, make it the 33-yard line. A big return for Sadiq Marshall. Gives Camden great field position.
You have to think about the mental aspect of this a little bit. There's a good chance a lot of these players on the field from Martinsburg have not experienced a game like this, maybe ever, but at least in a long time. And it's not what you think of when you think of Martinsburg. Some of these guys might have been around a few years ago, and or at least remember the games like Highland Springs. But
yeah, it won 34-3.
This is it's different to be out there, is what I should say.
Weiss Jr., quarterback, two receivers to the left here. 11:51 in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for Camden at Martinsburg's 32-yard line. I'll take the snap. Hand it off on a halfback stretch to the left for Braxton, and Braxton has some great blocks in front of him across the 25 and tripped up at the 21-yard line. 1st down, Camden. Again, that speed, very impressive all around for the Panthers.
And that was kind of similar to Camden's very first play of the game, which was a handoff to the left side for Braxton, running behind the other Syracuse commit on this team, JoJo White, at left tackle. Open up the hole and a double-digit yard gain.
Spalding snaps it back. White's dropping back to pass, steps up, breaks through a sack, and now will just slide down across the 20 to 19. 2-yard gain. Great job by the freshman to keep that play alive and avoid the sack and make it 2nd down and 8.
And you can see that the Martinsburg is giving Camden a little bit of trouble, because look at them now compared to early in the game, these tighter formations, 2 tight ends there, and then just running the ball, and still Martinsburg being able to get pressure on the quarterback.
2 receivers to the left. This extra lineman up on the line. No receivers from near side. It's a handoff. Up the middle goes Braxton. He's going to be swirled around and brought down at the 10, but the flag thrown, and it looks like it's a false start penalty against Camden.
Either that or an illegal formation. Since the play went on, it might be something like that, illegal procedure.
5-yard penalty either way. That makes it 2nd down and 13. At the 24-yard line now.
Playing with fire a little bit by stacking the box this much, you're leaving one-on-one coverage against a receiver like Ibn Muhammad, who had those 2 big touchdowns in the first half.
First time Camden was in the red zone, the penalty takes him out of the red zone. They're up 20-0 here against Martinsburg. Weiss dropping back to pass, and from behind going to be hit, staying on his feet, and finally brought down. Multiple Bulldogs in on the sack, led by Kaela Villa, the sophomore. He was the one that got there. Walker, I think, was the other one trying to come in and hit the freshman quarterback and nearly made him fumble. and everybody else brought him down. That makes it 3rd and very long from the 29-yard line.
And again, obvious passing situation. And this freshman quarterback, what can he do?
A 5-yard loss makes it 3rd and 18 from the 29. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Weiss drops back to pass, looking left, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to get sacked yet again. The Martinsburg defensive line gets to him. Fired up's Will Burson and company. That makes it 4th and long behind the 35, down at the 36-yard line.
As the game has gone on, Martinsburg is seemingly getting better and better at finding ways to get pressure on that Camden offensive line. And they might have one guy committed to the high Division I level, Power 4, but there's 5 guys on that line.
Aleem Muhammad on to punts. Martinsburg does not have anybody back to return. Everybody up to rush. And now the punt's away. It looks good. It bounces at the 10. Somebody trying to track it down. They dive on top of it. And they down the ball at the 1-yard line. Wow. Great job there by Camden. And that puts Martinsburg in the shadow of its own end zone to bring the offense out with 8:33 here in quarter number 3. It's Camden 20, Martinsburg nothing.
That's the risk that you take when you go for an all-out blitz like that. Or you could say they're maybe playing a safe coverage also, watching out for a fake, even though it was 4th and 18. But not everybody was up on the line rushing to block that one. So that's the risk, and now can't have a negative play.
Martinsburg breaks the huddle. Looks like they're going to go under center. And we have a flag thrown. It's a penalty against Martinsburg. Can't really get backed up much any further. Half the distance to the goal makes it 1st down and 10.5 to go.
I don't know if maybe the problem there was someone never got set. Ty Ricketts.
Yeah, they have Ricketts under center. He's going to hand it off to Dick. And Dick going to try to power his way to give Martinsburg some more space. It looks like he got it to the 2-yard line. That'll make it 2nd down and 8.
When we first talked to Coach Walker,
2nd and 9.
He said before the season that we might see some packages with both Ty Ricketts and Brian Dick. Not sure if this is what he meant exactly. This was the primary reason that he brought that up, but we did see it. Now Ricketts is over at wide receiver in the slot.
2 receivers to each side. Dick in the gun. Takes the snap, keeps it himself. Now he's going to be stopped. Did they say he got out of the end zone?
They say that he did.
It looks like they did, so he avoids the safety. That makes it 3rd and 10.5 again.
I mean, even if you have another play just like that, this punt is going to be real difficult. And it's hard to really call any sort of other play because you really risk even further the negative play and the safety. But Camden's ready for it is the thing.
7:40 to go here in the 3rd. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Dick gets the snap, dropping back, looking to pass. Goes to the far side and overthrows his intended receiver, Boston Todd, on the out route at the sticks. And that'll make it 4th down and 10.5 at the half-yard line. And now Martinsburg's going to have to try to have the best protection possible with Brian Dick standing right on the edge of the end zone on the punt.
And the issue is less guys to go back and cover Ibn Muhammad. back there to return the punt.
And we already know how explosive he can be. The punt is away. It's a high one. Bounces at the 31, rolls to the near side, and will be downed at the 32-yard line. And that is where Camden's offense will come back out with 7:24 to go here in the third. And it's 20-0. Camden leading Martinsburg.
Yeah, the field position game. The punt down to the 1-yard line, it just handcuffs your offense so much. And the defensive line has played really well for Camden. They didn't budge. Started at the 1, ended at the 1. Inside the 1.
Third quarter brought to you by Power Beck and Matt Zurif Law Offices. Call 304-264-8870 to speak with an attorney today or visit www.lawpbm.com, as well as Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, your total insurance solution. Call 304-263-3361. Candelario at quarterback. Duckett is running back. It's a handoff as Duckett tries to go up the middle, and a flag thrown immediately as the ball is snapped. Duckett able to get just past the line of scrimmage, but it looks like this is going to be a penalty against Camden, backing off the offense of the Panthers once again.
Yeah. I said it pretty early in the game that the only thing that slowed down the Camden offense is, or slowed down Camden in general, is themselves. And that's not entirely true now, as we talked about how well the Martinsburg defense has been playing for a good bit of this, but there's still Camden with these mistakes.
First and 15 now at the 37 for Camden. Go with that heavy set up front. Candelario hands to Duckett on the outside zone to the left. He has a big hole and immediately explodes through it. Gets to the second level and is brought down at the 30-yard line. So 7-yard gain will make it 2nd down and 8 for Camden.
Number 33.
Duckett in particular hadn't gotten anything going in this game. His first 2 carries went for -5 yards. But they were able to open up the hole for him that time. It was Halim Muhammad in that tight end, 6'2", 215, holding his block and opening up the lane for Duckett to run through.
Again, senior Candelario in the backfield with Duckett to his right. One receiver to each side. He now flips Duckett over to his left after looking at the far sideline at Hinson. Gets the snap, dropping back to pass, and he's going to send a deep shot to the end zone on the far side and just overthrows Muhammad in man coverage. Falls incomplete, and that'll make it 3rd and 8. They were trying to go for the kill shot there.
It seems like Candelario gives them a little bit of a steadier hand when it comes to the passing game. Overthrew that one a little bit, but it was a tough throw to make.
6:10 left on this third quarter clock. Waiting for everybody to get back here as Muhammad still trying to get there, and Martinsburg and a man tying his shoe, so the official's going to stop play here for a brief moment. Make sure everybody's on the same page. That was Walker, the safety, trying to get back. Here we go for the 3rd and 8. Rolling out to his left, Candelario is being tracked down by Benson. He throws on the run, and it's picked off by Martinsburg. At the 30-yard line, he goes down, trying to see who made that pick, giving the ball back to the Bulldogs. And it looks like it's Ty Ricketts with the INT with 6:02 to go here in quarter number 3. It's Camden's first turnover of the night, giving the Bulldogs the ball. And there you go. Maybe that's the spark they needed.
Announcer's jinx. Oops. Said Candelario was the steadier hand at quarterback. You would think, you bring in the senior. At this point, you're up by 3 scores. Our senior may be a little less likely to make a mistake in the passing game. And then he goes and throws it right to Ty Ricketts. Just didn't see him. It happens,
1st and 10 at the 32. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Dick drops back the pass. It's a screen pass on the near side, caught by Wally in the backfield. He goes, and he's going to get tripped up as he was trying to go east-west instead of north-south. 3 on the play, bringing him down at the 29-yard line was Camden.
I guess maybe that's why we haven't seen as many screen passes from Martinsburg, because of the athletes on the Camden secondary. They can get out wide, these linebackers, safeties.
Man in motion, Dick gets the snap. It's a keeper up the middle, and he gets it to the 30-yard line before being tackled, as diving in and grabbing him was Pressberry. Only a gain of 1 makes it now 3rd and 12.
That screen was the second completed pass for Martinsburg.
We got 5 minutes left here in the third.
Yeah. It's just been total domination by Camden. We're only at 20-0. Really defensive domination, you could say.
Dick sends Wally in motion from right to left. He gets the snap, bobbles it, and he's going to just take off somehow, some way, trying to fight forward for a few extra yards, and is able to get to the 32 where the drive began after the Ricketts INT. And it feels like it might be a 3-and-out, but down 20-0. Maybe Martinsburg keeps the offense out there and gets aggressive, but also keep in mind Brian Dick is the punter as well. So there you go.
Punting, yeah.
They're going to bring the punt unit out. After the INT, it's a 3-and-out for Martinsburg.
I understood the hesitation. You're getting a little later into the game, but the field position here and your defense has forced some no-point possessions for Camden.
Snaps back, Dick. Sends it away, backing up on it, and catching it at the 30-yard line is Eden Muhammad, and he tries to run to the near side, and now will be pushed back at the 42-yard line as Villa brings him down. Camden's offense comes back out with 3:52 remaining here in the third quarter.
Again, the Martinsburg defense just right back out there. The passing game for Martinsburg is what feels a lot more limited than I was really expecting it to be. It's hard to really know if that's wide receiver play being limited, quarterback play being limited, offensive line. It's probably a combination of all of it. That's usually the answer to something like that when it comes to football. But yeah, it's been tough.
Weish, quarterback, takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, who runs to the near side, that being Braxton, across the 45 and tackled just shy of the 50 at the 47-yard line. It looks like he might have had his ankle rolled up as he taps his helmet and needs to check out. That'll have Roman Duckett come back in the backfield at running back. 2nd and 6 at the 48 for Camden as the Panthers break the huddle. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Gregory Weish. And it's a handoff to Duckett, and he goes right into the outstretched arms of Kovacs, is spun around and able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 3rd and 6 now.
This still feels like a fairly even matchup on a lot of plays. It's just that Camden has been the team that has that, at this point, 1 play per quarter at 20-0, where they just break loose, and then those superior athletes finally break through.
3 receivers to the left, none to the near side. Duckett lined up to the right of Weich. Gets the snap, dropping back the pass, steps up, looks downfield, and decides to take off himself and will slide just shy of the first down marker by about 3 yards. He's across the 50 and is able to get it to the 48-yard line of Martinsburg, and that makes it 4th and short with 2 minutes, 10 seconds clock rolling here in the third.
2 yards.
Now it looks like Camden and going to decide to be content with just playing the field position game and bring the punt team out. Back to your point, Dylan. Sorry for cutting you off there.
I mean, I said pretty much what I wanted to say, but I understand here's another situation where playing the field position game can work out.
This time, Martinsburg does put somebody back to return. Play clock reaches 0, and Camden still can't figure out how to get set for a punt. So, delay a game penalty called against Camden will back them up 5 yards. Minute 38 here left in the third. It is Camden 20, Martinsburg nothing. Ali Muhammad back the punts Back to return for Martinsburg is Boston Todd. He's standing right now at the 20-yard line as Muhammad standing around the 35 ready to punt. Snaps back, a kick, clean and away. It's a wobbler. Todd lets bounce at the 22, and he's going to get out of the way of it as he realized if he would have tried to touch it, he was going to get his bell rung as Shakir downs it inside the 10. A minute 12 left here in the third. Martinsburg takes back over at the 8-yard line, it appears.
This is a weird punter to try to read. His kicks they haven't really had a ton of consistency to them. So on one hand, I see a play like that, and I'm thinking, why doesn't Boston Todd go up there and just go after it and try to return it? But then what I just said comes into play there, where it's hard to know how it's going to bounce. In a short one like that, you get the gunners coming up at you.
Snap to Dick. It's a read option. He keeps it himself, and the play is blown up immediately. Asim Hall able to bring him down in the backfield. A loss of 1 on the play. Make it 2nd and 11, under a minute left here in the third.
Any sort of momentum that the run game had for Martinsburg in that second quarter with Dick is totally gone.
Feel like it's come too predictable. 2 receivers to each side. Dick. Screen pass. Caught by Todd. Todd somehow is brought down. He was trying to beat Shakir, and if he was able to do so, he would have been gone here on the near side for an easy Martinsburg touchdown. But Shakir clinging on to his feet for dear life, able to keep it only to a gain of about 6, making it 3rd and 5 at the 18-yard line for Martinsburg.
5 seconds left in the quarter.
Yep, 3, 2, 1, and it looks like Martinsburg's not going to get the play off here at the end of the third. Camden, 20. Martinsburg, nothing is our score. A flip side, so we'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, and see if Martinsburg can find any answers and avoid the loss to begin the season. You're tuned into Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 60 seconds.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
Welcome back here at Coburn Field, David M. Walker Stadium, as we head to the fourth quarter, 20-0. Camden leading the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Martinsburg with a 3rd down. Dick takes the snap, drops back the pass, steps up, and it doesn't matter. He's sacked. Coming off the edge, Muhammad drops him down for a loss. Things just continue get worse and worse for Martinsburg's offense here tonight as that brings up a 4th down at the 13-yard line.
There's been no energy to this half.
Excuse me, the 13-yard line was where that first play was. It's now, I believe, the 7-yard line.
You can just feel that they were beaten down by this team in that first half, and they came out flat in the third quarter.
That was a 6-yard sack, making it 4th and 12, and Cofield late getting out there for the punts. Play clock hit 0. That's going to be a delay of game to back this punt up even farther. Both teams forgetting who's supposed to be out there on the punt team.
It's frustrating. It really is. I'm sure Coach Walker is. You can just, look down there. I'm sure you'll see some frustration. He's not going to show all of it, but
Dick back to punts in the end zone. Muhammad back to return the punts. Nearly blocked. It's a low line drive that bounces at the 35 and bobbled around, but Muhammad able to scoop it up. Now goes up the middle and right in the hands at the 30-yard line. He's met by one Martinsburg man, trying to see who that was. I think it was Jeremiah Santabria tackling him down with 10:45 to go here in the fourth. Camden 20, Martinsburg nothing is our score, and the Panthers have the ball to start off the drive at Martinsburg's 28-yard line.
And as frustrating as this might be, still, you've held this team to 20 points. Nothing so far in the second half, but short field here that could change that. It's really the offense that looks out of whack. You do have some positives to take away from this, and you do have a lot of inexperienced players when it comes to starting at the varsity level, and this is really just welcome to the league rook type of thing.
Weish, screen pass on the far side. It is caught as Freeman makes the catch. It's a loss of one, though, on the play, as Ricketts was immediately there and nearly had an interception again as well. He's looked good here tonight on D.
He has. The linebackers I have been pretty impressed with for Martinsburg pretty much all game long. It comes with the blitzes, pursuit out to the outside as well. And the defensive line.
Second 11 at the 29 now for Camden. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Weish gets a snap, hands it off to Duckett. Duckett runs up the middle and will gain 2 yards, making it 3rd and 9 at the 27 now, with 9:50 and a clock rolling here in the fourth.
You can tell Camden's just trying to be a little more risk averse. They got down to this sort of part of the field and then threw an interception last time. They trust their defense. Trying to grind out this last quarter to get the win.
Weiss drops back the pass. Chucks it up the middle and falling to the ground and somehow making the catch. Yet again, it's Muhammad. 1st and goal, Camden, as he falls down at the 2-yard line. Todd in coverage, and it looked like he was going to be able to make a play on it, but the ball finds the zone yet again of the hands of Muhammad.
If you have a hat on, gotta tip it to him. Just what are you supposed to do? It's just a really, really impressive player. I mean,
Candelario now in at quarterback, the big senior under center. Hands it off to Duckett, who charges forward and pushes himself into the end zone for another Camden touchdown. 8:58 to go here in the fourth. 26-0. Camden leads Martinsburg. Here at a quiet Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium now.
This is a shock. I mean, coming off of the success that Martinsburg has had so far since Coach Walker has come back. I think everybody kind of came into this game thinking, yeah, I've heard this team that they're playing is pretty good, but it's Martinsburg.
Candelario, 2-point conversion, keeps it himself, goes right up the middle and into the end zone, making it 28-0. Camden now up by 4 scores here against Martinsburg. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. Then we'll be back with more Martinsburg Bulldog football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
We welcome you back here. Camden, 28. Martinsburg, nothing. Panthers kick, a end-over-end one that is caught at the 20-yard line. Going up the middle is Villa, and he is stuffed at the 35. Somehow gets it across, though. Will be wrapped up and brought down at the 36-yard line. Let's get a scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett.
4 plays, 28 yards. A really nice catch by Ibn Muhammad to get them down to the 3-yard line, and then a 3-yard score by Duckett to make it 26-0, and then 2-point conversion make it 28.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Dick at quarterback. Sends Todd in motion from left to right as he takes a snap. Now rolls to his right, looking downfield as a man underneath. It's caught by Todd. Down the near sideline, Todd goes across the 45. It's pushed out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and that's enough for a Martinsburg first down.
It's a bit too little too late, but that is the sort of passing play that you want to see to get your quarterback into a bit of a rhythm. And you can still, even on that play, see a little bit of the need for development in the passing game for Brian Dick, where he saw it took him a second or two to see Todd open there.
Send Todd in motion again. Fake the jet sweep. It's a quarterback keeper all the way for Dick. Goes right up the middle. Will be tackled by Foster at the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 2nd and 10. 8.5 minutes remaining here in the ball game.
Half-yard game, called 2nd and 9 from the 48.
The energy has not been there in the second half. Camden has taken advantage. Martinsburg needed to play with a really huge fire to have a chance in this one. Second half hasn't been any of that.
In motion goes Todd for a bubble screen on the far side. He makes the catch, goes down the far sideline, is tripped up at the 41-yard line for another Martinsburg first down.
So see, here you go. They're moving Todd around a little bit, making the defense think, throwing out quick to the outside so that things don't get bunched up in the middle.
Two receivers to each side now. 1st and 10 at Camden's 41-yard line for Martinsburg. Myers in motion. It's a little motion screen, and he is met after catching it right at the line of scrimmage on the far side. Great job by Jeremiah Steely, stopping Kevin Myers for no yards, making it 2nd and 10.
You can have your good strategy, but sometimes the really good football players on the other side are going to stop you. They're either going to see it coming or just enough anticipation to use their athleticism to get out there and make a stop.
This has been a fantastic performance by the Panthers defense, currently pitching a shutout here against Martinsburg. Dick gets a snap, rolls to his right, fires a pass that is caught. Great job there by the receiver, Christian Irving, on the out route to make the catch as he's immediately met by Chase Robinson, but it's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 5. Ball at the 36-yard line.
I think that Martinsburg wanted to do a little bit more of this coming out of the locker room, but they had multiple drives start within the 10-yard line that they really felt like they needed to run the ball to get out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Trips to the left, one receiver to the near side, Dick. Fakes the motion screen, now steps up and takes off himself at the 30, at the 20, has space on the near side, 10-5, touchdown Martinsburg. But hold everything. There's a flag at the 4-yard line, and it looks like this is going to be waved off as it's a holding penalty. Downfield, Von Bell, the receiver, was holding on to Chase Robinson, who was trying to break free to try and tackle Brian Dick.
I was watching it. Happen. Saw him run down the field, and he's got one guy there. I thought all he's got to do is not hold. Don't hold. And he held.
That takes the points off the board. Still, though, might be the biggest play of the night.
Oh, yeah. Brian Dick had a 17-yard carry earlier in the game. That was Martinsburg's biggest play. So all things considered, they're at the 13. I think that's a 23-yard gain.
Yep, first and 10 at the 13. 6 minutes left here in the fourth. Two receivers to each side for Dick. Gets the snap, drops back to pass, looks to the near side. Pass nearly deflected. It's caught by Todd on a tunnel screen. He tries to cut back up the middle inside the 10, brought down at the 8, but another flag thrown here on the near side, and with it being that screen pass, wouldn't be surprised if it's another hold. But I've been wrong before. And it's an ineligible man downfield call. Martinsburg not happy with the call. Coach Walker out there trying to plead his case. Fourth quarter brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com, as well as CMA Honda of Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike in Winchester. Call 504-686-1622 at CMA Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more about you. Lost my spotter board here as a gust of wind came through the window. 5:56 here in the fourth. Penalty backs up Martinsburg yet again. Still in the red zone. Ball at the 19-yard line, making it 1st and 15. Go with 4 wide, does the Bulldogs. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Dick. That's another quarterback keeper, Dick. Up the middle into the second level, but from behind, chasing him down and making the tackle for Camden was Andre Robinson. He tackles Dick down at around the 13-yard line. Now it looks like we're getting a timeout taken by Camden. We'll take a 30-second break with them. 5:37 left here in the fourth. It is Camden 28, Martinsburg nothing. Back in 30 seconds on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
We welcome you back here. Our score, Camden 28, Martinsburg nothing. Score update for you between Spring Mills and Jefferson. That in the fourth quarter as well. Still 14-0. Spring Mills leads Jefferson. So that a very low-scoring affair.
I think there's going to be some people that take a lot of sweeping takeaways from this week one. Be cautious with that, because it's week one.
Dick gets the snap, rolls to his right, throws a pass. It is caught at the near sideline by Todd as he immediately steps out of bounds, stopping the clock with 5:33 left here in the fourth.
3rd and 6.
Because that makes it 3rd down and 6.
To me, I watched this game so far, and I think when we look back at it in a few weeks, a few months, we're going to find it really impressive to say, wow, that team beat Martinsburg by that much, and barring some miracle comeback here.
Now, here before the 3rd and 6, Martinsburg going to burn a timeout. So let's step aside and take another 30-second break here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee-owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
We welcome you back. Timeouts are brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team of Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the Tri-State? Give the Larry DeMarco team a call. Their number 304-262-4222 or visit them online at modernrealtyresults.com. 3rd and 6, ball at the 9-yard line for Martinsburg. Trying to finally put some points up on the board. Dick, quarterback keeper, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Another great job by Jerome Foster to shed a block and plug the gap. That will bring up a 4th down with 5:20 left here in the 4th. And Martinsburg going to use another timeout. Let's keep it here. Dylan, it obviously hasn't been the night Martinsburg wanted it to be. They trail 28-0 on the verge of a loss for the first time since that playoff loss against Huntington back in 2022, and the first time in 83 games under the helm of Dave Walker.
And that was a game that was really back and forth, almost to the end, and you had a fumble that looked like it was even close to having a knee down. From there, it just kind of couldn't quite make the comeback. This is a different level. And it's been a couple years since Martinsburg, I think, has played a team on this level. I mean, maybe a couple of those Huntington teams were on that level, and Martinsburg was better. But this is an impressive Camden team.
Here we go for the 4th down play. Dick rolls out to his right, chucks it into the end zone and out of the end zone. Nowhere close to Boston Todd. Turnover on downs. It stays 28-0 Camden with 5:13 to go here in the ball game. 2015 the last time Martinsburg lost with Dave Walker as the head coach. That year they went 8-3.
This is a game you put on the schedule to test yourself. And in a lot of ways, it hasn't panned out. They're struggling. But if you were to get to the end of the year and say this is the best team you faced all year, you wouldn't be surprised. So it is a good test to have out of the gate and say, well, hey, everything from here could be easier. You got Huntington coming up next, so maybe not quite, but in general, maybe.
Yeah, and they want revenge. It's a handoff here on the first play. I believe that's Duckett on the carry. It'll gain about 2 yards, make it 2nd and 8. I mean, this has just been a great team.
It has, but you can see the inexperience of Martinsburg, mistakes, and they're a little undersized compared to some of the guys on Camden.
I want to correct myself quickly. That wasn't a 33; it was a 22. Jaden Boyce, freshman running back, in on the carry,
getting some of the backup reps. It looks like. Well, this might be Duckett back there.
Yes, Duckett's back there now to the right of Weish. And it's going to be a handoff to Duckett, who bounces off one tackle and somehow, some way, stumbles his way across the 15 down at the 16-yard line, and that'll make it 3rd and short.
Yeah, Carson Knight almost got back there, but couldn't quite keep a hand, get him all the way wrapped up. That's probably the name that I've been most impressed with on this Martinsburg.
I think we're 0 for 2, by the way. That might have been fullback Michael Smith, 2-3, not 3-3. Tough to tell with a bunched-up jersey there. Again, our apologies. Doing the best we can here, trying to figure things out. No, that is a 3-3. At least this time around. Saw on the back of the jersey now.
You got to snap the ball.
Whistles blow. Flag thrown. And it's a delay of game.
But to get back to my point, Carson Knight, 5'11", 197, junior. Obviously, we didn't see him really get much of any snaps last year. And this is a reworked linebacking core. Ace Flores moving on to the college level. I've been impressed by him most of all, but the linebackers in general. And Michael Dillard's made a couple plays, but Knight just feels like he's been everywhere.
Three receivers to the right, none to the near side here. Weiss drops back. Quick pass. Bobbled, but still hauled in right at the very end by Muhammad while he's getting hit from behind.
I think he lost it at the last second. Yep, clock stopped.
Yep, 3:05, so looks like you're correct, Dylan. That'll make it 4th down, and the punt team comes out for Camden.
Play to the final whistle. If you're going to have the mentality of a state champion, still got 3 minutes left in this game. Do you want to be shut out on your own home field? No. Go out there, get the ball back.
Camden still having issues, missing another guy
gonna get another delay
here on the punt team, and they're going to have to use a timeout. Step aside, take a 30-second break. We'll be back with the rest of this ball game on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 after that.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back out of the timeout taken by Camden. Both teams have one timeout left. It's Camden leading Martinsburg 28-0 here tonight, on the verge of ending the 83-game win streak of the Martinsburg Bulldogs under Coach Dave Walker, dating back to 2015. Snaps back, punt is low, and it goes off of helmets. Is that a Martinsburg helmet that it touched first, or a Camden helmet that it touched first?
I think a Camden helmet, but I don't know if that's what they're going to call.
I think I'm hearing from Matt Miller down on the sideline it was a Martinsburg helmet. So the ball recovered by Camden.
Nothing going right. One of those
Panthers
nights.
keep the ball. Recovered at the 36-yard line. So another turnover. Just hasn't been the Bulldogs' night.
No. One of those games. It can snowball.
It's going to be a handoff to Braxton, and Braxton nearly tackled in the backfield by Dillard, but he's able to bounce out, bounce it to the outside, go downfield, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be called back on a holding against Camden. Under 3 minutes left here in the ballgame, 2:59 left on the clock. And the penalty backs up Camden to the 26-yard line.
You can see Camden gave you some chances in there to come back, get things rolling in the right direction for you with their own self-inflicted mistakes. But they haven't been able to take advantage of them as Martinsburg.
Clock starts ticking. Two receivers near side, none on the far side of the field for Weiss. He's going to hand it back off to Braxton. Braxton cuts it to the right, outside the numbers, tries to go downfield, but he's going to be stopped right around the line of scrimmage. So that'll keep it second down and long now. By the way, had Nick back at the studio try to look up the last time Martinsburg was shut out in a ball game. He couldn't find one in the Max Preps era.
Coach Walker's been there a long time. At a certain point, it was just something that felt like you couldn't really do. You had to be a really good team to make it happen. And here you go.
Second and 20 at the 26. High snap. Whistle blows on the snap, and that blows the play dead. And it's a delay of game penalty called against Camden yet again.
there's a clock down there. Starts at 25, counts down to 0. You got to snap it before it hits 0.
It has been an issue tonight for them, but fortunately for them, scoring has not.
It's kind of been their only issue.
Yeah, it's been their only weakness. It seems like tonight is penalties. They are a very impressive team. Hats off to them.
Kickoff return coverage, except for if you run it right into the kicker and you fumble the ball, and then snapping the ball before 0.
Another handoff and a great hole up the middle for Roman Duckett out across the 35, and just like that, it's 3rd and manageable. Brings it to the 36, and that'll make it a 3rd and 10.
15-yard run by Duckett. I think all of his previous carries didn't quite add up to 15 themselves. He had, I think, 18 yards, but his first 2 before that were a combined -5. So, yeah, he had 13 yards total before that 15-yard run.
1 minute left here tonight. Another handoff to Duckett. On the outside he goes, and he tries to fight his way for the first down as he's pushed out of bounds right near the sticks, and I think he got enough by about a yard. And it is enough. First down, Camden. Clock stops with 51 seconds left, and they can go in victory formation. Come out of the Mountain State 1-0 against the defending 4A state champions. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yep.
There's your first kneel down by the freshman, Gregory Weiss Jr. What a game for him. First start of his high school career against the Martinsburg Bulldogs. And he has 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah, he was pretty impressive. There was some near misses on mistakes. You could tell that the pressure when Martinsburg got past the offensive line was getting to him. But, when he wasn't taking a sack, he was pretty impressive.
Final kneel down. Camden fired up. They end the streak. Martinsburg falls for the first time since 2022. And the first time in 83 games under Dave Walker, dating back to 2015. Final score, Camden Panthers 28, and your Martinsburg Bulldogs 0. Both teams line up to shake hands. We will step aside and take a 3-minute commercial break, and when we return, we'll have the Palace Lounge post-game show. This has been Martinsburg Bulldog Football and Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 3 minutes.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments want to help keep our communities, including backyard flocks and farms, safe from H5N1, the avian flu. To stay up to date with current risk levels and CDC recommendations, as well as disease prevention information shared by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, be sure to check out the Community Resources section of the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department at bchealthdept.org. This ad has been made possible through a grant-funded partnership with the West Virginia Department of Health.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. Floorpools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. Floorpools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
We welcome you back live here to our post-game show, and it looks like Matt Miller has Coach Walker ready here for our post-game interview. So, Matt, take it away.
Colin, thank you very much. Here with Coach David Walker. Tough way to get the season started. What did you talk to your team about there in the post-game huddle?
Well, I mean, we just got to stay together. We made too many mistakes. They're a good football team, but I'll take this one. I didn't have them ready. I could have done a better job coaching, and it's not their fault. It's my fault, and we'll come in on Monday and try to fix it.
You certainly have a young football team to come in and face a team like this one out of Camden. Tough test, but you got an equally tough one coming up. So what's it mean for a young team to face this type of competition early on?
Well, we just got to make sure we stay together. You know, anytime you face adversity, how do we handle it? And we'll see. We got to come in and have a great week of practice and get ready for Huntington because it doesn't get any easier. Going down there, it's going to be, very similar team talent-wise to, what we saw tonight. So we just got to get better.
Certainly saw some good things, though. You had some good kick returns. You had some good runs, some good plays offensively. Even defensively, gave up 3 big plays, but otherwise seemed to play pretty well.
Well, you can't make mistakes against good football teams, and we had too many penalties. Turn the ball over. I thought defensively, we give up 3 big plays, but defensively, I thought we actually played pretty well overall. Offensively, we leave a lot to be desired, so we've got to clean some things up. But that's what you do as a coach. You try to figure out a way to get better.
It's only week 1, right? Hey, you got 9 to go. Let's go get them.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yep. We'll see.
All right, good luck. Thank you, guys. Back up to you.
Thank you, Matt Miller, as well as Dave Walker, as we welcome you to the post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Final score, 28-0. Camden defeats the Martinsburg Bulldogs. We're going to step aside, take another 3-minute break. That way Dylan has enough time to get his post-game stats down, and when we return, we'll get you those post-game stats and wrap everything up here tonight for you. This is Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 3 minutes.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full-stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Ardenelville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
Mark
Hughes Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Hughes Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you. Calling all South Middle and Martinsburg High School members and alums. On Saturday, September 6th from 8 a.m. to noon at Bulldog Boulevard, the Trojans and Bulldogs go head-to-head in the Battle of the Bargains. It's a community yard sale showdown. Who will come out on top? You decide. The winner is chosen by who can sell the most yard sale sites. Call 304-267-3545 to claim your spot or by clicking the link shared on both schools' Facebook pages. All sign-ups must be done before September 1st.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson at 304-LAWYERS. Or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium on Talk Radio, WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Martinsburg falls in the home opener 28-0 to the Camden Panthers to fall to 0-1 on the season. The first loss for the Martinsburg Bulldogs since 2022. The first loss under Dave Walker since 2015. Here on the Palace Lounge post-game show, I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop here this evening. On-site producers John Alderton. Camera crew is Kyler High and Matt Miller. And back in the studio is Nick Verzolini, who you'll hear from here momentarily with a post-game scoreboard show. Some interesting scores going on here around the state, causing for some potential storylines next week, but don't want to spoil anything there and just get to our post-game stats brought to you by your local full-service archery pro shop, Fort Evans Archery of Inward. Call 304-229-7064 or visit fortevans.com.
Let's see what we can get here from Martinsburg. Brian Dick, 26 carries at the end of this one for 96 yards. Now, a lot of that was on that long run that would have been a touchdown, called back the penalty somewhat. He was 8 for 15 for 41 yards passing, which a lot of those completions came in the second half. At halftime, he was 1 for 6 for 9 yards. Not a single handoff to a running back in the second half for Martinsburg. Cofield, Myers, nothing. Maybe I missed one from Myers. I feel like maybe there was one in there. But nothing I even had written down. Boston Todd, 4 catches for 29 yards. 2 other receivers with 2 catches total. Wally had 1 for -3. Irvin had 1 for 5. Not much for Martinsburg there. And a lot of penalties. 9 penalties for 74 yards. So Coach Walker brought that up. There was a lot of them. Camden had a lot of penalties too. Not going to add them up. They had a lot of them. Weish had a good game in the end for the freshman. Like we said, when he didn't let the pressure get to him, he looked pretty good. 9 for 14, 176 yards, 3 touchdowns. Candelario 0 for 2 with an interception when he came in. Christian Braxton was 8 for 38 on the ground, 15 yards in the second half. Duckett 8 for 28 on the ground. Weish carried the ball 8 times for 10 yards. A lot of that negative yardage for sacks. 3 sacks from Martinsburg, I believe. 4 with 1 to Candelario. And then Freeman, 2 catches, 37 yards and a touchdown. That was a 38-yard touchdown and a catch for -1 yards. Steele, 3 catches, 17 yards, and a run for 27. And then Ibn Muhammad, 4 catches, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns to go along with punt returns and playing defense for them as well. That's the safety commit to Syracuse, who dominated the game on the offensive side and the few touches that he got.
So there you go. That's our post-game stats. Let's now get to tonight's awards and wrap things up for the evening. And let's start off with the play of the game, brought to you by CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg. Stop in and see them today at 48 Kelly Island Road, Martinsburg, or call 304-263-8821. They're moving lives forward.
I'll say the first touchdown of the game from Muhammad. There was just a short 5-yard catch, middle of the field, broke a tackle, and then sprinted down the field for that first touchdown. There's a couple other plays that maybe you could say were more impressive overall, but I'm going to save those for some of our other ones here.
Collision of the game brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
Is Villa running into the brick wall of the kicker, Anthony Nelson?
Yeah, I had that in mind as well.
I mean, it has to be. It was a great return, short kick to one of the up men on Martinsburg, and then, like I said at the time, in real time, it's your dream. Oh, I've got the kicker in front of me, but the kicker weighs almost 300 pounds, and really, just ran into him. And Nelson didn't even really try to tackle him. He's just like, you're not going to run through me. You're just gonna fall down, and he did, and he lost the ball.
Catch of the game now, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
This can probably double as the play of the game if we really wanted it to. The second touchdown from Ibn Muhammad that made it 20-0, where it was tight coverage the whole way. Corner never turned around to the ball, and at that last second, Muhammad disengages, gets the hands up, brings it down in the end zone.
Yeah, that's why he's going D1, ladies and gentlemen, and wish him and the rest of the Camden Panthers best of luck the rest of the season. And speaking of him, player of the game?
Yep, Ibn Muhammad.
Yep. There you go. Brought to you by CMA Honda of Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike, Winchester. Call 504-686-1622 at CMA Honda of Winchester. Owners just care more about you. 28-0, your final score tonight. Camden Panthers roll over the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Next week on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube on Friday night, we'll have the first road test of the season and what is slowly but surely become arguably one of the biggest, if not biggest, in-state rivalry games. Period. End of story. It's Martinsburg. It's Huntington. Yes, it's week 2, but who cares when those two teams are out there? There's bad blood in the air every single time, and everybody knows what happened last time here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium in that semi-final. Huntington nearly had it, went for 2, and couldn't get it done.
And, now listen, Martinsburg had the loss that they had tonight. Last we heard an update, Huntington was losing by 3 touchdowns to an out-of-state opponent as well. So
yeah, make that 4 touchdowns now.
There you go.
So let's see here. Oakland, Tennessee, the Patriots up 28-0 over Huntington at halftime. For those that don't know about Oakland, they're a 6A team from Tennessee and have won 4 of the last 5 Class 6A state championships. And they are absolutely putting a beat down to the Huntington Highlanders right now. And I'm just going to come out and say, Huntington probably not going to come out on top here tonight against Oakland, which means next week, at the end of the game, either Huntington or Martinsburg will have started the year 0-2. Trying to let it sink in.
Yeah. I mean, got to tune in for that one.
7 p.m. kickoff, 6 p.m. we'll have pregame coverage. Also tune in tomorrow. Shepherd Rams in action to kick off the season against Frostburg State, a team they haven't played since the 80s, even though they're only a 90-minute drive up 68.
I think that one's going to be a really fun one, too.
I do, too. We're wrapping things up here for Nick Verzolini back at the studio, as well as Kyler High and Matt Miller and John Alderton, Dylan Bishop as well. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off one last time. Final score, Camden, 28. Martinsburg, nothing. This has been Martinsburg Bulldogs football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
There's a new seafood place in town. Get Rock's Crab Cake Sandwich with 70% real crab meat.
They're a hit. It's a race between Rock's delicious chicken sandwich and delicious burger to see which is best. And the winner is, get both.
Friends of Recovery is a local nonprofit that provides assistance to individuals in our community who are in the process of reestablishing their lives after active addiction or incarceration. Thanks to the generosity and support of so many in our community, the Friends of Recovery Committee has seen great success in benefiting the participants of the Berkeley County Community Corrections and Recovery Service programs. They are excited to announce that their third annual fundraiser event is coming up on Saturday, October the 11th at 5:30 p.m. at the Holiday Inn, Martinsburg. Please join them for an evening of inspiring testimonies, dinner, and silent and live auction items. For more information, you can send an email to friendsofrecovery2023@gmail.com. Once again, that's friendsofrecovery2023@gmail.com. Also, you can find them on Facebook at Friends of Recovery Berkeley County WV.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
This is Cody with Cody's Auto Body. The stories are on the way. Reliving glory days, the injury that prevented stardom, or the inevitable, I even could have made that play. With football season comes a lot of delusion of greatness. Well, no one believes you would have made it in the big leagues. Let's at least make them think you're a good driver. Bring that vehicle to me and I will make it the pride of the parking lot at every game. I'm Cody with Cody's Auto Body, the MVP of your season. That's Cody's with a T for trust.
Welcome in here to the post-game show brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. Our final here tonight, Martinsburg gets shut out by Camden, New Jersey, 28-0. First loss, as Colin mentioned, in 83 games for Coach Dave Walker. The rest of the EPAC so far tonight, some interesting games. Spring Mills gets the win. They led 14-0 at halftime, and they win it 14-0 over Jefferson here tonight. Washington, Woodrow Wilson. We knew it would be a coin flip game. Woodrow has taken the lead now in the fourth quarter of that one at 27-20. So good back and forth contest there. Musselman showed some fight here tonight, but I believe hasn't gone final yet, but it was a 33-21 score last updated on that one. And then we'll move on here. Hedgesville Nitro, they go at it tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon actually. But in terms of the rest of Class 4A, last night we had kickoff and Morgantown won against Parkersburg 44-7. George Washington defeated Spring Valley last night 27-7. Some other scores here for University, by the way, has extended its lead to 40-21 against Musselman. Some other scores here: 62-14. Bridgeport beats Buchanan Upshur. Wheeling Park defeats Parkersburg South 23-7. Oakland, Tennessee, as the guys mentioned, lead Huntington 28-0. In terms of the rest of 4A, anything we don't have up on that scoreboard, double check here to see which games we're missing. Oak Hill beats Nicholas County in a good one, 21-17. Cabell will play tomorrow against Pikeville, Kentucky. Greenbrier East leads Riverside 25-7 in that contest. So that will do it for all of your post-game scores. I'm Nick Verzolini here with your post-game scoreboard show. Tomorrow, again, Shepherd Rams football. We go on the air at 5:30 with a 6 p.m. kickoff. Final score here tonight, Martinsburg falls 28-0 to Camden, New Jersey. And that'll do it for us. Thank you for tuning in. This is West Virginia High School Football on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. Floorpools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
Providing
Where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
And that concludes today's postgame show. Be sure to tune in each week throughout the regular and postseason for more West Virginia high school football. Today's game has been brought to you by
W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Power, Beck and Matzaref Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys, Cody's Auto Body, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Floor Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, and Next Level Auto Detailing.
For the best in high school, college, and NFL coverage all season long, keep it tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR